careers.va.gov.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. I tried the new blackened chicken bowl. So flavorful. Plus, get $2 queso with any bowl or burrito. Next time, I'm trying a burrito with fresh grilled steak at Tijuana Flats. See for yourself.
At International Diamond Center, their diamonds don't just sparkle, they come to life.
If the diamond doesn't smile at you, don't buy it. The diamond's got to talk to you.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire says the reason his diamonds have this magical quality is because every diamond at IDC has passed through the highest possible quality control standards and chosen for maximum beauty.
You're seeing the brilliance and the scintillation. There's no obstruction in that diamond. There's no internal graining. There's no clouds. An IDC diamond is better because, pure and simple, we put the time, the effort of selecting only the best. Every diamond's going to be handpicked by us. We're looking for nothing but the top percent.
So there's never any cutting corners, no compromising, no settling for an okay diamond.
Let's be critical. Let's pick the best and deliver the best we can. We do all the hard work in the beginning.
Is that diamond you're about to buy just okay? Or does it speak to you? Come to IDC and listen before you buy.
Anybody that sees it on her hand, they're going to be on, where'd you get that diamond?
Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media, even twice as many teens than TikTok. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
This is Jenny Garth from I Do Part 2. What if I told you that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? Long-lasting weight loss results, all for less than $3 a day. Get started with a quick 3-minute survey at tryfh.com. $3 a day and a 3-minute survey.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 Million Protection Package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name Clay as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Wawa Rewards members can enjoy $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. Lots to get to today. From Trump makes a huge move to mystery messages in a parking lot go viral. And a woman says she was too fat to Uber. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Just send us a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. Then it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Share it.
We did it. We made our way through a Monday and a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah,
and
sure did.
Tuesday has arrived. It's time for you to share the show.
You didn't even do that second part.
We made our way through a Monday. Tuesday has arrived. Share the show today, friends. That's how you spread the word about this radio show. And we love you for doing it. Honest to God. Let's take a moment here just to thank you for being you and tuning in each and every day. We love you. We appreciate you. We're happy to be the three best friends you never knew you had.
For you, kid.
And this one's for you, kid. Yes. Yeah. I mean, does that mean we have to do a really good show today? Because we can't go, this one's for you, kid, and then swing and miss. That's...
Well, if they're our kids and they love us, then they'll stick around.
We'll do our
For all of
best.
it, yeah.
We'll try to make it a home run today. To our friends in West Palm Beach, hello. Our friends in Vero Beach, hello. Our friends in Albany, hello. Our friends in Rochester. Our friends in Orlando, of course. Wherever you're listening to this show, we love you. We appreciate you. And we'd love for you to share the show today, even if it's just hitting the like button, all right? Just that over on the YouTube stream where you can watch the show each day. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Not bad. Good. How are you?
Yeah. Good. I got to tell you, one thing that really has sunk in is on the no drinking nights, the next day, the show is like so much easier for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm getting a little older and my brain gets more scrambled.
That's probably it. Yeah.
It could be it.
Likely.
It's just a lot of things come into play. And if I wake up with a clear head, well, this isn't a clear head, but it's like a 65% clear head.
Okay.
And I find that it makes me feel so much better.
Were you productive this morning?
I was more productive than normal, I would say. But generally, it's just a flurry when I wake up of getting everything ready for the show.
Sure.
And I don't get enough time to think about individual things, like individual stories, where we should go on everything. So I like doing that. I enjoy that. And it's tough sometimes.
So you drinking tonight?
It's boring when you drink.
We getting hammered tonight is what you're saying?
Maybe. Yeah, we're doing the Monday, Wednesday, no drink. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sometimes. We'll stretch that out a little bit more as the year goes along, I think. But right now, we'll just put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to another lady on TikTok. Yeah, that's still around. That's still out there. And this woman is addressing all of the people responsible for these evil deportations that are going on out there.
This is not Selena Gomez.
This is not Selena Gomez, who is crying. And everybody crapped all over Selena Gomez. I think there's a problem here where people are being like brainwashed into thinking very different things are happening. And Selena Gomez probably legit believes that they're just going around and rounding up like 12-year-olds and stuff and shooing them out of the country. So I think that's why some people get super emotional about these things. I'm trying to look at this piece by piece. But the dumb thing that I keep seeing is these TikTok people who they're trying to enact punishments for what's happening now.
Oh, okay.
And the punishments, they're all the same. And I think it maybe says something about where your headspace is that you do this. Let's listen to this young lady.
Listen, if I pull up to the Mexican restaurant and I see a truck, because let's face it, it's going to be a truck, with a Trump bumper sticker, you're getting keyed. I don't even want to see you at Taco Bell. The only thing you get to eat for the rest of your life is plain white bread and mayonnaise. And I know that you were going to eat a lot of that anyway, but that's all you deserve. You deserve nothing that tastes good for the rest of your life.
All right, can I say a couple of things here, okay? The first one, and I say this with absolute peace and love to my Mexican friends out there, all right? I am here to rescue you in a way. I will not have people saying that Taco Bell is a Mexican restaurant. I will not have people saying that Taco Bell is a Mexican restaurant. Taco Bell is barely a Tex-Mex restaurant, okay? It's just on the verge of maybe being something different in and of itself.
Mexican-inspired back in the day?
Perhaps you can say
there
that.
There was a Chihuahua. At one point, it was saying, yo quiero Taco Bell. And
I like that guy.
Well, he's dead now.
I know. I did like him. He was sweet.
Because some white guy that worked for Taco Bell like hit up a Spanish friend or something and goes, hey, how do you say I want some Taco Bell in Spanish?
Yeah. Also, how about we put a Pizza Hut there?
I look at this and I go, number one, Taco Bell isn't Mexican. Do not say that. Mexican people probably shiver in their boots when they hear the mere mention of Mexican and Taco Bell in the same sentence. Mexican people have a glorious cuisine. It's some of my favorite food. Other than the often derided American cuisine, which is a fusion, a hodgepodge of glorious things that we get to eat because we've cobbled together cultures from all over the world. And don't act, you pea-brain nuisance, as if we are down to just bread and mayonnaise. That's what we survive on in America. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Bologna's in there somewhere.
But Taco Bell is not Mexican. It is not Mexican food. That much I know for sure. The second thing is, lady friend, why is it that so many of you are distilling Mexican people to just Mexican food? For God's sake, there are a lot of other things about Mexican culture that you could focus on and go. Even the lady who said yesterday, if you support Trump and you want all these people deported back to Mexico or wherever they're coming from, mind you, a lot of them are not coming from Mexico. But if you want that done, then don't go travel to these locations. That's also stupid and pea-brain. But at least it's a little better than just distilling it down to, hey, if you like this illegal immigrant reduction in the United States, don't go to Mexican restaurants anymore. That proves your hypocrisy. That is weird and dumb, and I don't know. I think
Cinco de Mayo is going to be weird, huh?
Cinco de Mayo might be awkward. It might be a little lighter. I hear there's a lot of people who are scared, and they keep showing that these illegal immigrants are scared in the most bizarre of ways. I don't know if this is a good thing. Where the local news will be going to Home Depot, and they'll go, normally the parking lot of this Home Depot is full of Mexican Americans, or even just illegal immigrant Mexicans. But today, the day laborers are gone. And the Mexican people in America are much more than this, okay? There's a lot more to their culture than just Taco Bell and working out of the Home Depot parking lot.
I agree that Mexican people are more than this. But are illegal immigrants more than this?
Illegal immigrants aren't even just Mexican, which is a more confusing thing. It's like you're distilling this down to one guy with a sombrero, and he's at the Taco Bell waiting to go do his day laborer work.
I mean, there was a good amount of the rhetoric leading up to this that involved Mexicans for some reason.
Because that's what we look at. We look at the border and being on Mexico, and we think all the people who come across that border are Mexicans. It's kind of a dopey way to do it, obviously. But a lot of these people are from Central America.
That's like saying everybody who drives down into Florida is from Georgia.
True. And it's just not the truth. If you look around, you can see more people driving from New York to Florida than so many other places. But it's interesting to watch this whole cultural battle go on because so many people who are pretending to be empathetic beings don't seem to know the people that they're pretending to rescue in any way at all. Like, they don't seem to know anything about all these different cultures other than the most surface level thing you could ever think of. But let us know what you think. Today's the day. Send an email, whatever your thoughts are, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, you can always put anonymous on top of your email, and I will not say your name or where you work or anything like that. That's a promise from me to you. The other thing is, dispatches. Let's get some new names up in the mix today. All right, do a video dispatch. You point the camera at yourself for 5 seconds. You look great today. You're going to sound even better. I know you are. In fact, video dispatches seem to be better quality these days than the audio counterparts. So do that. In fact, best dispatch of the day, we give you a whole damn round of magnets from Game of Magnets. We'll give you a whole starter kit for Game of Magnets so you can join in on the fun. And if you want to learn about that, go to thenewsjunkie.com. Here we go over to some big moves potentially from Trump. Now, I don't know how this would work out, what this means for all of us as Americans, But right now, there's been some hinting that we're going to be reshaping the U.S. tax system a little bit. And there are lots of ways you could do that. Let's listen into what Trump is saying is next for all of us in our paychecks.
America is going to be very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly.
Good.
It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. You know, the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in.
All right, so he's going back to the olden days, where I thought we were going to the golden years, but the olden days are what we're talking about now, where tariffs made up the majority of the income in the United States, mostly because the population was tiny, the workforce was small, and some of the only ways that we could get money to fund our young, still young at the time, youngish at the time, country was to put tariffs on other countries' products. And there are various reasons that can benefit you in the long term. But our economy opened up, the world economy opened up, and now it's unclear how that works the best. The tariffs do work, like Trump just did when he dunked on Colombia and that nut job that runs that country. That worked. The guy said, I'm not going to take in these people you're shipping back. We're going to turn down these repatriation flights. Trump says, okay, big tariffs on the way. Leader of Colombia goes, return tariffs coming your way. Trump goes, okay, here we go. And the guy folds on everything, on absolutely everything. So it did work for that. It was successful in being wielded as a tool like that, a stick to smack people around, which maybe we should do every once in a while as the United States of America. But income tax is a huge source of revenue for the United States of America. As much as I would like to not pay it, I don't know if we're going to have a good enough plan.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, trust me. If payroll taxes, income taxes, if you started slicing and dicing these and we saw more of our paycheck, praise the Lord and Allah, all of them, I would be very excited about that. But how do we replace that money? And magical tariffs, I don't know. Let's see what he says.
It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887. And what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things. And I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money. And that was all made through tariffs. We had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right?
Does that make sense, he says? Well, does it? Let us know what you think of the idea. Income tax going away would be a big deal.
Yeah.
The ERS is going to be knocking at your door, foreign entities.
But then what happens? Do we go, okay, the income tax is going to be wiped away. Guess what? You're going to get all of your paycheck. You're going to get a whole lot more. Some of it will still be pulled from Medicare, Social Security, et cetera, et cetera. But you're going to get more of your money that you earned. But to make up for that, sales tax is going to go up to 20% of every purchase that you make.
Yeah, but you won't notice it. And then, when it does come time for taxes, we have a couple more new taxes you've never heard of that we're going to just slide in there.
The one thing that I would really like, and I think we could probably all agree on this, all three of us, coming from pretty different places, I would think, politically, all three of us, I think, maybe would agree. I personally would like the tax system to be simpler because it is a hodgepodge of different rules and laws, and it seems like only the smartest people can truly, and the richest people who have somebody to do it for them, can truly make the most of the tax system. And for everybody else, it's confusing, and you just hope not to get audited. I would like them to do that.
Well, listen, that's why TurboTax at the end has that meter, the how likely you are to get the risk meter, how likely you are to get audited meter.
How far are you going on that meter these days, Sealand?
Luckily for me, the last couple of years, my wife has been in charge of taxes.
Good move, yeah.
She didn't. We disagreed on the way we did taxes. So
what? Because hers is like Maybe a little more legit? Is that
Mine
what I'm
were
getting?
completely legit, Sean.
It's just he has more of a dance, I imagine.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like he's dancing into the orange and red on that
Never.
meter.
Never. Was never.
Staying
Always
firmly in the green.
Yes.
He's got a smarter idea, I think, in the long run. Real quick, an email from Carol, who says, 2 tips at thenewsjunkie.com. She says, the post office, the churches, the stop signs. Oh, she's been with us for a while. Howdy to some of my favorite people. I thought I'd share a bit of wholesomeness. It's not fast-paced. It's fairly sweet, I think. I'm in upstate New York, even further north than Rochester and Albany. It's an area called Tug Hill Plateau.
Oh,
and
Tug Hill, huh?
We get a lot of snow. How many people are in Tug Hill, Sea-Lane? I'll ask the AI and we'll get the answer there.
Before
How
or
many
after
people
the tugging?
live in Tug Hill Plateau? We'll get our answer as we go here. We get a lot of snow, this person says, or Carol says.
I just had a dumb moment.
What happened?
I was like, wow, that's not a lot of people at
The
all.
exact population of Tug Hill Plateau isn't clearly defined because it spans multiple small towns and municipalities.
All right.
However, it's estimated that around 100,000 people live there.
That's a lot.
Please check local data sources for the most accurate population count.
Back to you, Sheila.
When I looked, I thought, damn, that is a ghost town. Nobody lives in Tug Hill. And I realized that was their area code.
Oh, really? All right.
The tuggers live on.
They drive snow plows. They call. We have a couple of guys that are a lot of locals like to follow called Tug Hill Snow Chasers. I guess it's on social media. Tug Hill Snow Chasers. They drive snow plows. Their accents are like a combination of Canadian and Amish.
Oh,
that's something. Their headquarters is right across the street from our property, and they wake me up driving by about 4:30 in the morning. I'm thinking of asking if they could do a ride along. Here's a link if you want to see a bunch of snow and listen to plow guys. Stay warm. Now I'm curious as to the combination of Canadian and Amish in their accents. So maybe we'll see if we can pull that up during the show today at some point in time. We have many things to get to, as one could imagine, including your comments. You could send dispatches, as I said, right through the website. We hope to hear from you with those today. Right now, quick break. When we return, we'll talk about there's a company that was just trying to do their thing out there and help people out in the community. One problem. People are misunderstanding what their business is all about, and instead of running to them, well, they're running away. Why? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Need to hear someone else's opinions before reconciling your own internal phobias? We got you, fam. Hey, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Traffic is up to speed on most of the major roadways, although on I-4 there's still some slowdowns. Before US 27 and after State Road 429, there's congestion on Orange Blossom Trail near the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. Watch out for an accident where Apopka Vineland Road meets Silver Star Road, and just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Listen up, my business owning friends. If you have an existing SBA loan, a small business administration loan with a rate of 9% or more, then you are in luck, because that mortgage guy, Don, does commercial and SBA loans. He can also help you refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. So don't leave money on the table. Let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. And if you're looking to buy a business or a franchise, that mortgage guy, Don, has your back. With over 50 sources for your SBA and business loans of all sizes. Get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions.
First responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments
elements, and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now, the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 million protection package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now. And we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
The new iHeart app.
Yeah, I've been playing around with it.
Love my radio, love my presets.
Thank you.
This is really easy to use.
Join the millions already on the new and improved iHeartRadio app and set your first preset. Plus, discover the new live radio dial, scan, lyrics, podcasts, playlists, and your favorite artist's radio.
Open the app and everything's right there. I love it.
The new and improved iHeartRadio app. It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand.
Go get it.
Get hired and get a $1,000 sign-in bonus at the Orange County Fleet and Facilities Job Fair on February 6th. Details at OCLF.com.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This is
At thenewsjunkie.com, whatever's on your mind. If you've been out there for a while and you just want to say hello, introduce yourself, tell us where you listen to the show and what's going on, what your thoughts are, what is on your mind, that is fine by us. And if you miss any of the show, you can always go over to thenewsjunkie.com and you can get the podcast right there on the website. This is a pretty incredible story, honestly. And it's one of those ones where you go, oh, wait, is this real? This sort of it gives you an idea of the panic going on right now, I think, in the country with these illegal immigrant raids and, you know, the ICE moves across the country. There's a business in Las Vegas, Nevada right now where they're trying to drive around and sell their stuff, but they can't because people are running from them. And they're running from them because it's an ice cream truck and they're confusing it with ICE, immigrations and custom enforcement.
That's for real?
This is for real. And I'll go to the report here in a second.
That makes me so sad.
And there's people online going, hey guys, beware. They're actually rounding up illegals. They're not selling ice cream.
Oh, they're saying it's in a disguise of some sort.
Yes, there's a couple of things going on. And you'll figure out exactly why this is happening here in a moment. But let's check in.
We know of no ICE-related activity here, but that's not stopping a wild rumor spreading involving an ice cream truck.
8 News Now investigator David Charnes live in studio tracking down the truck and its driver. And David, he's not happy.
No, he is not. And what happened here shows how some in our community are on edge about these impending arrests. You can't.
All right, you can see the truck that they have here, which, in defense of the people who are running away from it, it says Las Vegas, and then it's got like a sheriff's kind of logo, like a police badge, and it says Ice Cream Patrol.
Yeah,
You're not kidding me.
I could see why that's confusing for anyone with eyes.
And it says Unit 702. That's the area code there in Vegas. And this is why some of the people are going, hey, don't buy ice cream from this place. They're actually rounding up illegals in the country. It's really ICE. That's the place that is doing this. And this has become an issue for the owner of this spot. And I can see why you might look at the truck and immediately go, hey, something's up here. This looks a little funky. But let's go back to this report from Channel 8 in Las Vegas.
Spell out ice cream without the word ICE, or in this case, the acronym for the agency leading these arrests, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. And this afternoon, posts on social media are leading one business owner to give us the scoop.
The scoop.
Border Patrol don't use trucks from 1985.
The federal government may not have a truck like Billy Settlemeyer's, and there's a good reason why.
I'm an ice cream man, that's it.
You heard that right.
Oh, so
Settlemeyer's drives.
They're obviously not focusing on the side of the truck that's got all of the stickers for all of the ice cream that he offers.
Right. Yeah, the other side of the truck looks very normal. It's got all your Pops, your SpongeBob ice creams, you know, all the different, the colorful rocket ice creams and Pops, and all the things you can think of. And then the other side says Las Vegas Ice Cream Patrol, and it's very much styled to look like a police car. But he's saying, I'm not a cop, okay?
It's an ice cream truck.
I'm not an
that
ICE
looks
officer.
like a police vehicle. It's complete with a fake badge on the side. But look closely. In the Las Vegas Ice Cream Patrol may be home to more chocolate bars than metal ones.
So I wanted to build something creative for my community.
Well,
nice and clean and approachable, safe for kids. That's it.
Not very
But
approachable.
some on social media didn't take a minute to think before posting a video of the truck and starting a rumor that, for Settlemeyer's, wasn't too sweet.
Yeah, for the record, I don't think this guy is the bad guy here. There's nothing wrong with what he did.
No.
It's the people who are posting on social media going, hey, there's something, this guy's lying to you. He's rounding up illegal immigrants, which is obviously going to hurt his business.
Absolutely. I mean, can I be a little bit of a devil's advocate and saying, like, immediately when you look at that, you think it's a cop?
I don't.
There is something to the branding that may need some revisiting.
I think it's a cop parody thing. I think obviously they're trying to parody an old black and white police car, and they're clearly doing that. There's no question about that.
Really, if you only see the left side of the vehicle, I would give you about 5 seconds, no less, of thinking that's a cop before there's obvious things on there.
I think it's the same reaction you get from clearly it's a former cop car that was sold at auction that you're next to on the highway.
And you
that still
slow
has
down.
the light, and you're just like, oh, it's just a normal person because it doesn't have. You could see the faded police on it, but
yeah, but keep in mind, a lot of the people who might be prone to being scared of this are probably not. They might not be able to read English, so then they may just see
and they love ice
the
cream.
design.
Who's
They
to
may
say
just
they
see
don't?
they may just see the design on the side of this vehicle, and they work off of that. They don't know what the hell's going on.
Basically, be on the lookout. Las Vegas is using ice cream trucks as cover to catch illegal aliens.
The post quickly going viral, but as Settlemyers parked his truck near Lake Mead and Jones on Monday, the only ice here was the one with cream.
Have you ever had this problem before?
No, not at all. People will ask me if I am law enforcement or ex-law enforcement. I'm a mechanic. I built the truck.
The truck even says there's...
Oh, it says not affiliated with any law enforcement agencies on the side of the vehicle.
Maybe he needs to add another sticker where it says that en español.
Yeah, not a bad idea. But, man, it shows you what can happen very fast with dumb people on the internet who go, they're scooping up the illegals. Now it's the ice cream trucks that
now
are
you're
getting
doing
everybody.
puns.
Damn it, I did it on accident.
that was
I don't
good.
do puns.
That was really
I don't
good.
do puns.
That was a good
I'm
pun.
not taking any credit or heat for it. It was an accidental pun. We want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Let us know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours right now. Another thing caught my attention. CBS News launching their new evening news team this week. And they got rid of, it was like Nora O'Donnell, I think, was the woman who was the anchor for CBS News. And now they got the two-person guy team. And I don't know what it is. It's something about the two-person news team in television where it's so weird. It seems like robotic. It seems AI almost to me. And they're way too slick. There's one of the theories behind this show is that everybody is doing news the same way. Literally everybody. It's either incredibly serious, and here's why you should be upset. I saw, like, for the 50th time on MSNBC, a clip of somebody crying or almost crying. It was like, this is happening. It's real now. The raids are ongoing. And you flip it over to the next network, and it's some anger thing, and they're all doing, like, the same thing. And this one just feels so overproduced and mechanical.
And this supposed to be a local news station?
No, it's CBS Evening News. Yeah, they got rid of the show that they had, their evening news show, and they put this new one in place with these two dudes. And the whole thing just is so lifeless to me.
That's the CBS Evening News. I'm John Dickerson. Thank you for joining us.
I'm Maurice Dubois. We hope to see you here tomorrow. Good night.
Good night. See you later. It was the first sign-off over at CBS Evening News. And all of the screens, all of the technology, none of the just like honest vibes that you might put out there. None of the like, I'm feeling a conversation with a real person going on here. Okay, over to you. Let's see what you got going on. And we'll start with this one. Here is My Brother Can Suck It. He's talking about taxes with Trump leaning into the idea that maybe he wants to get rid of some taxes. And My Brother Can Suck It is discussing this. Here we go.
What up, news junkies? You're talking about how to upgrade the tax system. Here's a radical idea. Tax the gosh darn rich. I want to curse so badly right now.
Please don't.
Tax the rich. We do not need people that are multi-billionaires. They have more than enough money to help supplement our systems and whatnot. Tax the rich. It's the easiest answer. It's not going to happen because the billionaire class is up and up with the politicians and whatnot, but tax the rich, gosh darn it.
Well, you're conflating two things, I would say. One would be, well, what do you mean when you say rich? Do you mean billionaires? Because, okay, fine, go for it. Tax billionaires more. Do you mean $500,000 a year and up? Do you mean $1 million and up? Do you mean? I would have to tell you, and this is just me being honest, those are the people who pay the taxes. All right, the top 10% of earners in this country pay the vast majority of taxes. Those are the people who pay taxes in the United States. Poor people don't pay taxes. Poor people pay sales taxes. They pay some other taxes here and there, but they don't generally become a giant source of revenue, which, by the way, makes sense. I don't think poor people should carry a heavy weight of taxes, and richer people certainly should pull more of their weight. But there's this fantastical idea that that's not happening. Richer people pay the majority of taxes in the United States of America. However, billionaires and the folks who are way up there, when I see the amount of wealth some of these people have accumulated, wealth that you couldn't even spend in your lifetime, houses that you may not even visit, yachts that you haven't even set foot on just yet, clearly there's room for more of a squeeze at some level there. I'm not in disagreement for that. It's just this idea that the rich are all fat cats who don't pay taxes is kind of not true. Here's Snafu talking about drugs for fatties. Why? Because we talked about how RFK Jr. dropped the hint that he might try to make Ozempic or the drugs like Ozempic free for people so that they can lose weight and be less of a drain on the healthcare system. And Snafu chimes in. Hello?
News Junkies, Snafu here out of Georgia, podcast listener. Talking about Ozempic for all the fatties, I think is what Sean said. I think it's a great idea. I mean, the upfront costs, yes, are major, but long-term costs of obese in America are outrageous, and probably a huge part of the reason insurance costs are where they're at. The problem I see, though, is what's the rub? Where do you go? So you're given Ozempic for free, you lose 100 pounds, you're down to weight, you're taking off the Ozempic, you don't do anything to change your life, you're a big fatty again, and then you're put back on Ozempic by the government, and it's just
rinse and repeat.
Yeah, round and round we go, which is what I knew a lot of people were saying. That's why I said I think people who are poor should get access to one round of it. One round of it with an education plan afterwards to try to tell you how to maintain that weight of yours. And then you give them a shot. It's like, here's a shot worthwhile, I think, but not a round and round we go kind of thing. You would not be able to keep doing this and seesaw back and forth with your weight. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we return, I want to talk about the disturbing messages that have transfixed the internet. People are trying to figure out what's going on. What do these mean? What's happening here? Is there some grave emergency underway? If you haven't heard about this, wait till you do, because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
What I really want to know is...
Classic alternative this week.
Pleasant day. Temperatures will be a little warmer than normal with a high of 74 degrees today in Orlando. We'll see a good amount of sunshine also as we head throughout this afternoon, and throughout the rest of this week, temperatures will continue to stay on the warmer side, climbing into the mid-70s through Thursday and eventually the low 80s for Friday. Only a stray shower or two possible for Saturday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers listen to, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Call 844-844-iHeart to get started. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCORadio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Yellowstone fans, your journey into the Yellowstone universe starts here.
Let's go to work.
Join Bobby Bones on the official Yellowstone podcast as he dives deep into the franchise's legacy. From exclusive cast interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make Yellowstone a global phenomenon.
I look forward to it.
Listen now on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the iHeart app, search the official Yellowstone podcast, and start listening today.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more. That's InvisibleFence.com.
This is Ashley Iconetti from the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. What if I told you that Future Health can help you make weight loss resolutions come true? Long-lasting weight loss results, all for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. Get started with a quick 3-minute survey at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Before the Great American Race on Sunday, the high banks of Daytona heat up with a Saturday night showdown in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Experience the intense competition up close on the sport's biggest stage to kick off the 2025 season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets start at just $49, and kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Secure your seats now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 million protection package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Recovery is possible. People overcome addiction every day. Learn more at cdc.gov/recovery.
Facebook.com/Stop Overdose.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Way and these mystery messages that have taken over the internet, and so much so that people went and checked on what was happening on the ground. What does it all mean? We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, I wanted to talk about these. There was a story going around yesterday. A lot of people were discussing, and I said, I don't know. What exactly is the answer to this? And somebody posed the question, hey, whatever happened to chickenpox? And I said, well, when I was younger, and I think probably even when you were younger, Sabrina, chickenpox was just an inevitable part of your life. Like, there was,
absolutely.
The time that you got chickenpox was a thing, and
it was a hope that all of us had it at the same time.
Yeah,
I remember getting the pink stuff, all over the spots.
Calamine lotion.
Yeah, and then it was a couple days, and you would never have it again.
So all three of us have gotten chickenpox. That's what we're suggesting. You get it at school, you get it from wherever. It happens. And
Waterboy says "ookie mouth." I've already been thinking about that.
What is ookie mouth?
It's an episode of South Park where the kids were getting chickenpox.
Hey guys.
Every one of them except Kyle, and they were trying to get Kyle to get chickenpox so that they would get it over with, and just Kyle would not catch chickenpox for the life of him. And so his mom goes, all right, kids, you're going to play a new game called Ookie Mouth where you spit in each other's mouths. Like they were doing everything, trying to get him to go on sleepovers together, and just it wasn't happening.
Ookie Mouth.
Now they have a vaccine for chickenpox that they give a lot of these youngins, and the kids will take this, and there's no more discussion about this anymore. It's almost like there's no more chickenpox anymore, which is an amazing breakthrough.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and a good thing, and one would think an argument in favor of at least some vaccines would be the chickenpox thing is gone away, even though it wasn't the worst experience for most people.
Well, all right, and also with chickenpox, correct me if I'm wrong, because what I always heard back in the day was you're supposed to get it when you're young, because if you don't and you end up with it as an adult, it's much worse for you.
I've heard the same thing.
Was that still correct?
I had heard that. I don't know if that's actually true, but that was like a common refrain that people would say.
I'll take it to the Googs. And I will tell you, it's certainly still in existence, because I knew somebody around Halloween last year, a child nonetheless, but that had chickenpox. Like, it was still going around.
I think it's much more rare, though, now. I don't think that this happens nearly as much as a result of a lot of these kids, I guess, getting the vaccine for this.
Answer: yes, chickenpox is usually more severe in adults than in children. Adults are more likely to develop complications such as pneumonia, inflammation of the brain, secondary skin infections. Some experts say that the difference in severity is due to the difference between adult and child immune systems.
Really? So that's why it was so good to get that when you were younger. And now it appears kids don't even have to think about that anymore, or at least a lot of them don't.
Back in our day.
And we all had to do this. We had to go through it. I don't remember it. Do you remember having chickenpox?
The only thing I remember was the calamine lotion and us, like, me and my 3 siblings all being at the house during school hours.
I remember hearing about other kids getting it, and then I got it, and I was itchy, and I was like, oh, it looks like you have chickenpox, and I remember calamine lotion. I mean,
that's it, right?
Yeah.
Just a blip. Avendasora on Twitch says, yeah, when you get them as an adult, it becomes shingles most of the time, which is not good. It's painful. My mom used to get shingles all the time. She got shingles from stress, which unfortunately, for various reasons that I want to get into now, it was lumped on her far too often. And she would get like a breakout of shingles, and it was miserable for her. It's not a good time. Missy on YouTube says, I'm a year older than Sean and had the vaccine, never got chickenpox. It was around back then? What, my parents anti-vax? What was happening here?
Did she put her game down, flip it, and reverse it?
I don't know if Missy did that, but we'll see. Did you, Missy? Let us know. I get it, by the way. I know what's going on.
Oh, thank you.
We'll get to your dispatches here momentarily on the show, but I warned you that there were some mysterious messages out there. And it had the internet talking. People were very concerned, and I can see why. Somebody got a Google Maps shot of a place, undeveloped land in downtown Los Angeles, which must be worth a boatload of money, I would think.
How is there even undeveloped land in downtown Los Angeles?
I don't know. There's like a hobo living on this spot, but it can't be this person's property, I wouldn't think.
Okay, that's a lot of help.
Yes, you see what the very concerning thing is now, Sabrina. You see what's going on here. When people saw this shot of the overhead, it was very concerning because, as you can see on See It Now, so we could show you a visual, you folks listening, go over to thenewsjunkie.com and look at See It Now. This is a overhead shot of a large undeveloped property, and there are huge help messages everywhere. Help, 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 H-E-L-P, all over the place. In letters that must be 20 feet tall, 15 feet tall in some of these cases.
Some of them faded out. Some of them, just written as this shot was taken.
One of them says, Trafico.
Oh.
What are you thinking when you see that?
Traffic in Spanish?
No, human trafficking is what I'm thinking. Oh. This is by like some train station or something, like it was this some human smuggling kind of thing. And everybody freaks out. The whole internet goes bananas. And real life is so often not as interesting as our theories about it, because this prompted a lot of people to go to this place. And when they went there, they were met by a homeless guy.
Ready to be heroes.
And the homeless guy was sending the message to aliens. That's where the help message was going to. Sending the message to aliens.
Do we know for sure the aliens did not see it?
We don't know if they've been in contact or not, and we only know
the aliens saw it. They sent fire, weirdly enough, and so that's where we can trace that back to.
It says it's right on the LA River, and it's full of discarded metal and dumpsters and stuff. It says help nearly a dozen times, and Trafico, extortion, terrorismo, which is human trafficking, extortion, and terrorism, as you might imagine. And then they went there and talked to this guy, and it was just some crazy dude. And so all these theories online were like, there's human trafficking being operated within this place, and these are people calling out for help.
They're even drawing some lines because I guess it said that the location was close in proximity to a shipping yard. And they're like, oh, they've been using the shipping containers for human trafficking.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So the man's been writing help all over the place, but it was Trafico that got people to actually do some action.
From what I can tell, the authorities get called to this place all the time because this guy has street-facing signs, too, that say help, 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 help. And they'll go there because somebody calls 911. This guy needs help. They'll go out there and it's not, once again, it's not Taken. It's not something straight out of the movies. Just somebody who is out there making big old help signs.
Oh, gosh.
This is for aliens.
I have a really dark thought now.
Okay.
Oh, here you go again.
Do share?
Maybe it's because you started your day with really dark stuff.
I started my day reading some dark stuff.
Sabrina, C-Lane goes to me, I just got a list of the most disturbing things ever.
Oh, okay.
And I go, why are you starting your day off with that, C-Lane?
It was trending on Reddit. It was like, what are the most... Anyway.
That's his mindset, so go ahead.
But no, you said that the cops get called to this place all the time because of all the help signs. Mm-hmm. Eventually, they're going to stop coming because they're like, that's just the place with all the help signs.
True.
So now what's the greatest place to do something bad?
That place.
Yeah.
They asked the guy what he needs help with.
He just mumbles about aliens, I guess. From what I could tell, there was somebody who did an interview with him.
Put up like a blow-up alien, and I bet he'll stop writing.
Mess with him. Rock his world.
We are here to help you.
We got your message.
This is a ghost sound, but trust us, we're aliens.
Why did we go? I don't know why I went with ghosts, but yeah. Anyhow, that was less exciting than everybody online thought it was going to be.
I think that, like, little by little, we had that story in This Week in Florida a handful of weeks ago about the very large, perfectly drawn penis in the sand at an island that's just a little hard to get to off the coast of Florida. And I think that this guy is obviously homeless and he's a little bit crazy because he's doing stuff for aliens. I think people are just doing stuff for the satellite images lately.
Sometimes.
For the satellite and for... I found a stretch of road that was like right on a border, and I was like, I wonder if there's any signs or if you just drive down this road and you don't know that you've changed states. Well, there was no sign, but there was a hella graffiti like everywhere. And I was like, I wonder if this place was just easy to tag, or if people go, hey, we're going to put our graffiti right here because people are going to look at it. Or they're going to know that John loves Sandy. You know,
I want it to be seen from space. That's the next thing.
And sure enough, just like the story before it, there's a big penis just spray painted on the road, right at the border of Florida and Alabama.
Tater Hog has a dispatch about chicken pox.
Hey, what's good, junkies? Hey, talking about chicken pox. My brother had it when he was in the hospital. He was getting a pacemaker put in. So he's 4 years older than I am, so I think I was about 7. My mom forced me to hug my brother to get it. I wasn't worried about the chicken pox. I didn't care about that. I was more pissed off that she made me hug my brother. That's the part that upset me the most. Wiggle, pop, pop.
Different priorities when you're a kid, I think. A lot of people sending in their experiences, and with that, that's fine. We'll take those for sure. Video and audio dispatches, fire them off at thenewsjunkie.com.
Got a pacemaker as a kid?
That's crazy.
That's weird.
That's got to be pretty rare, I would think. Yeah. When we come back, not too far from right now, our old friend, Punxsutawney Phil, will be making his way out again. But will everything to do with Groundhog Day be changing forever? Maybe. There's a big proposition to change it all, and we'll see if it takes hold. What could be the change? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This is Robert from Rockledge, Florida, and I just won $1,000.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
Crews are working on a serious accident affecting all lanes on Charles R. Beale Boulevard at Fort Florida Road. Northbound and southbound lanes are being affected there. There's an accident on Orange Blossom Trail near Old U.S. 441 on State Road 429. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident southbound before New Independence Parkway. The right shoulder's blocked there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
If you're ready for some outdoor family fun, head to Sanford Riverwalk on Saturday, February 1st for the Touch a Truck event. Seminole County Office of Emergency Management is hosting this disaster equipment showcase for Severe Weather Awareness Week, where everyone can see and experience vehicles and equipment from agencies that respond during and after severe weather events and disasters. This free public event will help individuals and families prepare for severe weather events. Saturday, February 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's time to touch a truck at Sanford Riverwalk at the Marina. Head to realradio.fm/events for more details.
Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. Mom, you got my lunch.
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot Sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Roll with Hard Rock Bet for Big Game 59 because we're rolling out over $5.9 million in bonus bets. The big game kicks off Sunday in New Orleans, but get your share of Big Easy bonus bets now so you can place more bets on us instead of using your own cash. It's the big game rollout. $5.9 million in promos only on Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMITTED.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. I tried the new blackened chicken bowl. So flavorful. Plus, get $2 queso with any bowl or burrito. Next time, I'm trying the burrito with fresh grilled steak at Tijuana Flats. See for yourself.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream now on your free iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
Depending on where you are, of course. But we'd love to hear from you on this special day by taking your dispatches. How do you send yours? It's easy enough. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. I hesitate to even mention this story. I don't know why I do this. This is
it's
like
in the news, man. It's important news.
What are you guys talking about?
It's still like self-abuse because every time there's any kind of an update related to the doomsday clock.
Oh, let me get my calculator out.
It causes chaos on this show.
I mean,
no
it's
one
not
understands
chaos. You get
the doomsday
you're
clock.
very dramatic about it. And this is a new year. This is a new us. I mean, this is, like C-Line said, very important news. So can't you just give the news as it is and let people process it?
I'll do my best because the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, very smart people, folks. Yes, to be trusted. Not a joke at all. Very serious stuff, I'm sure.
How much do they make a year?
Too much, no matter what it is. If it's $1, it's too much. If you take them 1 point of seriously, you're taking them too seriously. But they've gathered for their 2025 Doomsday Clock announcement.
Oh, God.
And midnight is all hell breaks loose. Midnight is like nuclear war, I think. So,
but midnight Eastern or
Greenwich Mean Time?
Pacific.
Don't think about it in terms of time zones. Think about it in terms. This is what I was talking about, everybody. Think about it in terms of just like a very generic clock. Midnight equals bad. And then they set the time. And if it's close to midnight, then things are really bad out there.
But then the clock goes back, like time travel.
The clock doesn't go back. There's no. Let's listen in. Let's see what they say.
Thank you all for being here today.
Okay, that's a 12
It is
o'clock
the
voice.
determination of the Science and Security Board of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists that the world has not made sufficient progress on existential risks threatening all of humanity. We thus move the clock forward.
Uh-oh.
In setting the clock closer to midnight, we send a stark signal.
Yeah, it's stark.
Because the world is already perilously close to the precipice, any move towards midnight should be taken as an indication of extreme danger and an unmistakable warning. Every second
sounds
of
like
delay
a cartoon
in
character
reversing
is warning
course
me of my impending
increases
doom.
the probability of global disaster. It is now.
Uh-oh, the reveal.
89 seconds to midnight.
Oh my God!
This is ridiculous.
Let me let this set in.
I mean, the budget that goes towards the swinging podium and make the 3D print of the 89 seconds to midnight plus the banners, this is ridiculous. How can
All
we
right.
take this seriously?
Can we compare something really quickly? When we were doing the first show of the year and we had that clip of everybody watching the billboard reset, what was that? It was counting up something very, very terrible.
The number of smoking deaths that year.
Yes. The number of smoking deaths was being calculated in real time on this digital billboard and displaying how many people had died from smoking that year. And then, of course, at midnight, it resets to zero and people gather around it and party like it's the ball dropping. This is all they got for the doomsday people? This is like a little printout.
He also started this address with, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. I'd like to see how many people are there for this. How many people showed up to look at, watch him turn around a Lazy Susan and tell you what the doomsday clock looks like?
People do show up for this, and they're all media people, not normal people. I am going to tell you,
They're
this
media people on the crap assignment.
This is maybe the dumbest thing that humans do. This is maybe the dumbest thing that humans do. A bunch of scientist types who take themselves so seriously that they think that their clock is going to be the barometer of whether or not people are scared or not scared or enacting policies that they want or getting away from policies they don't want. It's just a weird thing. It's a super weird thing that they do every
Very strange.
year.
This whole, press conference, strange. And they offer only their updated quarter clock statue. Are they giving us a list of bullet points to maybe bring it back a notch?
They give out all sorts of bullet points on all sorts of topics, but none of it actually does anything. It's not of any value, it wouldn't seem. Eric F. says they're not celebrating because it's not a celebration. It really should be taken seriously as a somber event. If you take this seriously, I don't know what to tell you.
I take it more seriously with the PowerPoint.
I don't take this seriously at all. I don't care about what these people have to say. I don't think that it's a true barometer of how things are going on our planet. I think it's a bunch of...
What would be the true barometer for you, though, Sean?
Just, I hate to say this because, God, is it going to make me sound like a 30-year-old woman? Vibes are the true barometer. That's the true barometer.
That's how they were making this in the first place.
No, they're just trying to say, well, based on all of the calculations that we've done, and there's never, it's 89 seconds to midnight. It's all pessimistic crap. And oh, by the way, I'm not saying that there should be a celebration. I'm saying they shouldn't be doing it at all. It's a waste of time. I don't think it has any real impact on anything. I will ask you this question, though. Given the opportunity to go to the Doomsday Clock event, or to the Punxsutawney Phil event each year.
I pick Phil.
Where are you going?
I pick
You're going
Phil.
with Phil?
Yeah.
Sabrina, where are you going? Are you going to Groundhog or are you going to
How
Doomsday?
cold is it going to be this year?
It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold.
I'll go to the Doomsday stuff.
At least it's inside. At least you got that going for you. They want to change everything this year for the whole ceremony with Punxsutawney Phil. The groundhog who comes out, maybe sees a shadow, maybe he doesn't. And then it signifies 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring. And it's every bit, I assure you, every bit as actually scientific as this dumb doomsday clock stuff. But now, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA, has suggested that Groundhog Day be celebrated with a weather cake instead of pulling Punxsutawney Phil from his burrow.
This is not happening. You teased this story in a way that sounded like there could be a change, but PETA's not changing this thing.
PETA says they are ready to deliver a vegan cake every Groundhog Day in perpetuity if Punxsutawney Phil Groundhog Club president Tom Dunkel agrees to let him and his family retire to a reputable sanctuary. It'll be like a gender reveal cake.
It's been a different groundhog.
A lot of times they circled out
die
the ground.
and they replace them. They get murdered by people who run for president, and they replace them with the same name.
And they just had 2 baby groundhogs a couple of years ago, I think.
And you think cake's going to sell it? You think cake's going to change this decades-old tradition? Good luck.
And also, I would say gender reveals are more cringe than the Punxsutawney Phil thing. I'll take that over gender reveals, but they want to do that with a cake to reveal what your winter prediction is. And they are saying here, when allowed to be themselves, groundhogs avoid humans, create intricate networks of underground burrows, communicate with one another, and even climb trees. But poor Phil is denied all of that for a tired old gimmick. I don't know, it seems like he lives a fine life to me. Seems like he's fat and happy, enjoying himself. You know what happens to him in the wild, PETA? He dies. Animals attack him. He gets eaten by whatever is around him that is scavenging for whatever they can to feed their pups or their family of animals. They get eaten out there. It's not a good outcome all the time out in the wild. It's tough out there for an animal, and maybe he's got it good. Maybe we should think about this differently. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Before we get to maybe one dispatch or so, I saw a story today. You don't see a lot of these. It's an interview with Christopher Walken, who I'm only going to mention one part of this, so I don't know if you got more from it that was of interest. I thought the whole interview was interesting because I don't hear from Christopher Walken a lot. They just did some big Saturday Night Live documentary thing, and C-Line said Christopher Walken was like the only person on planet Earth that wasn't a part of it and didn't talk about the More Cowbell sketch that everybody was involved in.
But I saw some headline of his. They told someone recently that the cowboy almost ruined his life. And
he told Will Ferrell that, because Will Ferrell wrote the sketch.
And he doesn't want people screaming out more cowbell and stuff when he's wandering around town. He claims, according to him, he has never in his entire life owned a cell phone, according to Christopher Walken. He says for 50 years, he's lived in Connecticut with his wife, who's a retiring casting director, Georgianne Walken. He married her in 1969. How about that for love, folks? 1969. He says that he has never in his entire life had a cell phone. And I asked you a question, a serious one. I mean this. Life having never had a cell phone, better or worse? Life, if you never in your life ever put your hands on a cell phone, would it be better? Would you be more in touch with your personal relationships? Would it be somehow superior to the things that you get out of having a phone in your life every day?
I mean, there's so many factors to that. I don't know if it's better or worse. It's kind of just, that's how you live your life. There's certain moments that I think I could have taken back and touched some grass because I had been on TikTok for like an hour. Mm-hmm. But then there's other instances where it was an emergency.
Now you're thinking life without a smartphone.
Okay, then there was another instance where if I didn't have my phone on me, I would have not known about a very dangerous emergency that was going on with my family.
This isn't even a hard one for me. Like, this is as easy as it gets for me. Life with a cell phone is better in every possible way. It's just superior.
Does Christopher Walken constantly surround himself with somebody who has a cell phone?
I bet.
Has he ever been alone and found himself in a situation where a cell phone would have greatly convenienced whatever inconvenience he's got? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
He's always had someone around him. I mean, he started his career in the day where there was no cell phones.
Yes, so it's easy to kind of get into that and stay in that rut.
What, Bill Murray doesn't have a cell phone, right?
He doesn't have an agent.
He doesn't have an agent. He has like an 800 number or something, or some hotline that's set up to get a hold of him.
I feel like Chris Walken, at some point, cell phones came out and is like, oh, that's kind of an expense I don't need. That's for real rich people. Like with the first cell phones, that was a huge Like, remember the car phone? Oh my gosh, my parents hated the car phone. They were like, "We don't need a phone in your car."
And that I could be against. I don't care. But now I'm thinking modern day smartphones. You're nuts if you think life was better before.
But at some point, Christopher Walken had to make a conscious decision that he's just going to be the weird guy and go, "I never need a cell phone. I don't need it."
It's kind of self-perpetuating, though. Is it not kind of self-perpetuating? Because if you start out and you don't have a cell phone for, let's say, 10, 15 years of smartphones, now he's so far behind. If you gave him an iPhone and said, figure it out, he's going to look like a monkey with an iPhone. He's not going to know how to handle the technology. And so you're better off just kind of staying away from it. But
now I kind of want to know if he's ever had to use a phone in one of his movie roles. Almost, it seems like almost has to have.
Yeah, there's so many movies he's been in. There must be some scene where he's got a smartphone. But I think in every measurable way, other than just the amount of time that people stare into their screens, if you control yourself, just like everything else, control yourself with drugs, control yourself with drinking, control yourself with fatty foods, control yourself with calories, with all of these different things, right? If you do that, it makes things better. I think it elevates your experience here on planet Earth. If you're not just staring into the algorithm all day long, that's bad. But given the features of the smartphone in the modern world, man, is it better. You ain't taking mine away from me. I'm not going the way Christopher Walken is, but you tell us what you think. And maybe you don't use these phones at all. I don't know how you're going to send us a dispatch, but if you want to send in, I don't know, emails maybe not in the cards for you.
Like record on a tape and mail it, but then we'd have to find a tape player.
It better be good if we do all that work and put all that into it. Let us know what your thoughts are. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now.
Oh, he also says he's never emailed. Like, it's not even just the cell phone
the second
thing.
part of the story, the date.
Damn it, man.
have it.
There's more in there, though.
I had
There's
a
more.
whole impression for you guys.
Oh, can we hear it now, or should we wait? You still got other tidbits?
I was only 8. Oh, hi, Angel. How are you?
It's awkward when somebody's watching you.
Nope.
He's not going to understand the context.
The steam is walking away.
All right, maybe we'll see.
He only
some
saw
more.
Severance because of DVDs that he was sent.
Oh, did he? So he
Pretty
doesn't even have like streaming.
No, that's the.
He's living in the like the 80s or something.
Yeah.
Not the 80s, but like I guess what,
when
90s.
DVDs came out.
Yeah, it's early 2000s with DVDs. Embrace the technology, folks. Embrace it all. Embrace AI. Embrace all of these things. It's going to make your life better. You just got to figure out how to use it. I honestly, when I look at people and they go, AI, I don't see how that's going to better my life. AI is stupid. This is a fad. You sound worse to me than the internet is going to be a fad, people. You sound worse to me than that. Just find out ways you can use these kind of things to make your life better. Use technology. Christopher Walken, you could have a better life. At least I think it's better. Maybe you disagree.
He's lived his life. Let him be.
He has lived a good life. I'm not taking that away from him. And he's done very well in acting, and he's a super talented guy. But it could have been a little bit better with that cell phone the whole time. Just a little bit better. Over to your comments in a bit. We got the next episode on the way shortly. We'll talk about the latest that's going on with all the immigration stuff. We have a lot on deck, and it's all coming up next, including, forgot about this, one of the really strange, unexpected twists and turns is Dr. Phil has been a part of some of these immigration raids.
Is that right, Sean?
Oh, no.
That must be such great audio.
Are you? Yeah, that too, at some point in time. We'll be on the way. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, widows of firefighters still trying to get their money from Florida. At 4, we'll do What'd You Do That's New. For trivia, tickets to MegaCon, Daytona 500 qualifying, and Kansas. At 6:20, it's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Traffic slowing down due to an accident on I-4 westbound near State Road 536. There's a serious accident affecting northbound and southbound lanes on Charles R. Beale Boulevard, where it meets Fort Florida Road. Traffic is slowing down due to an accident on State Road 429 southbound before New Independence Parkway, exit 15 there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions,
first responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
This is Jenny Garth from I Do Part 2. Did you know that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? When it's about biology and not willpower, it's not your fault that the dieting just doesn't work. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes for less than $3 a day. Did you know that with weight loss medication, you can lose up to 1.5% of your body fat per week? I know people struggling to lose that in a month. My friend always struggled with her weight. And because health is such an important factor in my life, they turned to me for advice on different areas that they should look into. I supported science-backed approaches like GLP-1s. And with my encouragement, they gave them a try and they're loving the results. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and you get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion and results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. I tried the new blackened chicken bowl. So flavorful. Plus, get $2 queso with any bowl or burrito. Next time, I'm trying a burrito with fresh grilled steak at Tijuana Flats. See for yourself.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more. That's InvisibleFence.com.
Not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio. Call 844-844-iHeart to get started. That's 844-844-iHeart.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Yellowstone fans, your journey into the Yellowstone universe starts here. Let's go to work. Join Bobby Bones on the official Yellowstone podcast as he dives deep into the franchise's legacy. From exclusive cast interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make Yellowstone a global phenomenon. I look forward to it. Listen now on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the iHeart app, search the official Yellowstone podcast, and start listening today.
Before the Great American Race on Sunday, the high banks of Daytona heat up with a Saturday night showdown in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Experience the intense competition up close on the sport's biggest stage to kick off the 2025 season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets start at just $49, and kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Secure your seats now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Hey, it's Alec Baldwin. This season on my podcast, Here's the Thing, I speak with musician, photographer, and philanthropist Julian Lennon.
Photography really does allow me to do that. I have empathy for people on the other side of the world that you'll never ever meet, but you'll at least have some understanding of what their life is and what they went through or are still going through.
Listen to Here's the Thing on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Here's the Thing and start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
Deportations. I didn't think those two would mix, but it got weird. You'll hear what happened in just a moment here on the show, and we'll get to more of your responses. You can always contact us, and whatever your opinion is welcome. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Who knows? Maybe people agree with you over me. Probably not, but we'll see. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send yours now. One thing that happened to me this weekend, has this ever happened to you guys? Have you ever seen a parent screw up in real time in front of you, and then you juggle whether you should correct them or not?
Oh.
Has this ever happened to you?
Yes, but I never juggled. There's no way.
You went for it?
No.
Oh, no.
As far as like my immediate social reaction, I'm like, I should not. That's going to open up a whole thing that I am not ready to have opened.
I was close to it, and I was going to do it, but then I thought, this might just be awkward. It wasn't a controversial thing at all. Like it wasn't C-Lane's next to me with his son, and I go, "You're not raising your kid right." It wasn't anything like that.
Right.
But
what was it?
So there's this little girl behind Courtney and I.
Oh, little girl.
Maybe she was 3, 4, something like that, 3 or 4 years old, and she's pointing into the bushes.
Was
and
that
she
the little
goes,
girl you ignored at your door?
No, it's not her,
Okay.
but she came back, and I ignored her again.
Oh, my God, Sean.
She came back.
That's awful.
Anyway, so this little girl's behind me. She's about 4 years old, and she points into the bushes, and she goes, "Bunny wabbit, bunny wabbit." And her mom goes, "Get out of there. Get on out of the bushes." And the little girl comes like hobbling back out, and she goes, "Bunny rabbit." I look over, and sure as hell, she's right. There's an adorable little bunny rabbit in the bushes, maybe 2 feet away from this little girl.
In the neighborhood?
Yeah, and no, this was a theme park. But
okay.
Like in the line right there, there's a little bunny rabbit in the wild next to where everybody is. And she goes, "Bunny rabbit, bunny rabbit." And her mom like kind of dismisses her with her hand, and she goes, "It's a squirrel. Keep moving."
Oh.
And when she did that, I was going to go, well, do I step up for the little girl who is totally right about this is a bunny rabbit?
Excuse
She's
me,
been
ma'am.
wrong.
As a matter of fact, it is a bunny rabbit.
She goes, it's a squirrel. Leave it alone. It's a squirrel. Like, she was wrong here. And I didn't want to publicly correct the mom and take the side of the 4-year-old because it felt like dicey territory.
Yeah, I mean, but it's something the 4-year-old will remember for the rest of their lives and think that they're wrong with everything.
She'll call every bunny a squirrel from here on
Absolutely.
out.
But
Mama
then
says
you
he's a
think
squirrel.
about, like, had the mom acknowledged that was a bunny rabbit, would this have created a whole to-do?
Probably.
And she said, yes, that's a bunny rabbit. Now the girl wants to stay. Girl
It shouldn't have, because
doesn't have any interest in squirrels.
It really shouldn't have, because it's not, I'm not chastising your parenting, which I do not want to do. That's bad. I'm just going, hey, not for nothing, but your daughter was right. That was a little bunny rabbit over there and not a squirrel. You were the dummy. You're staring at your phone into the algorithm.
Oh, but plot
And
twist, it
she was
pops
right.
out. It's a squirrel dressed as a bunny rabbit.
It was the most adorable little bunny I ever seen in my life. And that thing, Sabrina, was not afraid of humans, not 1%.
I didn't know they had bunnies at the theme parks.
Yeah, there's a whole area where there's a couple of them, and they get right up next to you. They'll try to get food from you and stuff. She said, that's a squirrel. I'm like, no. I can't sit here and have this happen. Courtney didn't say anything. Just weak. She could have made a move. She was closer than I was. And I decided on her lead that I would not do anything either.
You should have
Maybe it was
just
a good
walked
move.
behind both of them and then pointed at all the squirrels and said, oh, look, another bunny rabbit.
An actual bunny rabbit right here. I want to play this moment for you because I thought it was funny, and it's probably going to be in your feed at some point if it hasn't been already. Did you see the Indian guy that got upset on the flight?
No.
What was it? An Indian flight?
No, he was just one of many people and the only one brave enough to speak up about what was happening
They
on
were
this
stuck
flight.
on the flight?
Everybody is on the flight together. Give her a peek here, C-Lane, so she can see what's going on.
Nope.
Maybe
Yeah.
make some guesses from
I
that.
have no idea what clip that is. I'm excited.
All right, the guys in the frame here. You got a couple of dudes in the frame just hanging out. One guy's got the pro move of got the neck pillow going on and everything. They're chilling on their flight, just trying to enjoy themselves. But both of them noticeably have their shirts pulled up over their noses. But only one brave Indian man on this flight was brave enough to say what was on his mind. Everybody else did what I did. They left it uncorrected. They left it unaddressed. They left it untouched. But the Indian man did not. Let's listen to him.
Whoever is farting, don't fart, please.
Whoever is farting, don't fart, please.
He said, whoever is farting, don't fart, please. It smells bad. The only one who would call it out on the flight. Everybody else just covers their nose like, oh, God, is that you?
He was even polite about it, which is hilarious. Like, somebody, a white guy would have been like, hey, can you cut that S out? Will you stop? Don't fart, please.
It must have been really bad, huh?
That's
from
whole
couple rows back that you can hear that sound.
The whole flight is covering their noses, and he's the only one brave enough to speak. Whoever is farting, please stop.
Whoever is farting, don't fart, please. It smells bad.
It smells bad. Right to the point. You got to say it, man. That guy's brave.
You can't control your farts on a plane sometimes. The altitude changes that.
No, too bad. You should
What are you
get called
supposed to
out.
do?
The farter should get called out.
And then what? Go to the
rabbit
fart
lady.
room? There's no fart room.
Yeah. Yes, there should be. There's a bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
Fart in the bathroom.
If you go into the airplane bathroom and you do what you need to do in there and then come back out, maybe there's some lingering smells.
How you flush the toilet? It has that.
You're supposed to do
sucks
that.
all the air out.
Yeah, but you're supposed to do that with the lid closed because it could suck other things.
It's
and
powerful.
Not in a fun way. Yeah.
I know that. Dr. Phil on the streets with the ICE folks who are picking up these illegal immigrant criminals. And he's saying, I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm getting out there on the front lines. I want to know what's going on. I'm Dr. Phil, after all. And I got a clip here of this. I don't know if this is the moment. There's one moment where the guy recognizes him as Dr. Phil.
Is that the one you have?
Let's see. This guy's arrested outside. This was on January 26th when this particular ICE raid took place.
I love that he's going around with them.
Yeah, he's like doing a ride along basically with the ICE people. So let's listen in.
What's your name?
Seda.
Yeah, that's him.
Person last name. Sam. Seda Sam? Yes.
Where are you from?
Where I was born or where I'm from?
Where are you born?
Where are they?
Thailand.
Oh.
Wait, what did he say? China? It sounded
No,
like he said
Thailand.
China. Thailand. Okay, he said Thailand.
I was born or where I'm from?
Where are you born?
Thailand.
Thailand. All right.
You been deported before from the United States?
No.
Never been deported?
I've been in the system before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you been?
Dr. Phil's just like oddly standing in the middle of this circle of people with the illegal immigrant amongst them.
It's not his best interview, I think.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know what to say just yet.
Charged with?
Charged with?
Before?
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to talk to my lawyer.
He said, I want to talk to my lawyer.
Yeah. Are you a citizen?
My mom's a citizen.
My mom's
Your mother's a citizen?
Yes.
But you're not?
Nope.
But you've never been deported before?
Who's Dr. Phil? Who's Dr. Phil?
He just recognized him.
Absolutely.
He's been concentrating so hard on not looking this guy in the eye because he's pissed off that he just now realized he's Dr. Phil.
Wait a second. Are you Dr. Phil? He says. And he goes on.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love that. You're Dr. Phil, aren't you? How do you know that? I saw you on Dr. Phil. Which
Have you listened to my podcast?
It brings it all together, actually, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah. Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of
This is not Dr.
sex
Phil. This
crimes
is the guys.
involving children.
This is Mayorkas, I
He's
think.
walking the streets of Chicago.
Oh, what did he say it was? Hold on, let me go
He
back to
said
the church.
sex crimes involving children walking around the
Sex
streets.
crimes involving children. He's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem with the sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than local law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with.
Follow up, Dr. Phil?
You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
Not really.
Not
really is a very weird answer to that. If anybody asks me that question, have you been charged with sex crimes against children? That's an emphatic no. Just an emphatic no.
Not really.
Did not, would not, never gonna, don't wanna. Gonna say no to that one. But Dr. Phil is out on the streets and working with ICE to get these folks in custody. Thoughts? Hit us up with your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? The latest update on the Blake Lively front is from the set of Gossip Girl, and let's just say instead of X's and O's, it was P's and U's. Apparently, we're living in a material world, and Madonna's new material is stand-up, girl. Plus, this was the Christopher Walken story that we talked about earlier, so why not tell you the most streamed things in 2024? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at CoolToday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Tuesday. And we're going to be expecting another really pleasant and beautiful day across Central Florida with temperatures climbing back into the low and middle 70s with a high of 74 degrees today in Orlando. And will only go up from here as we head throughout the rest of this week. In fact, temperatures by Friday will be reaching the low 80s, a high of 82 degrees for this Friday. A couple of stray showers possible for Saturday, but only around a 20% chance. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Yellowstone fans, your journey into the Yellowstone universe starts here.
Let's go to work.
Join Bobby Bones on the official Yellowstone podcast as he dives deep into the franchise's legacy. From exclusive cast interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make Yellowstone a global phenomenon.
I look forward to it.
Listen now on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the iHeart app, search the official Yellowstone podcast, and start listening today.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The game of magnets. Taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
World of entertainment and beyond. Welcome in. Learn more about the show over on thenewsjunkie.com. And if you miss anything, you can always subscribe to the podcast for free right there on the website. Courtney heard an old man using the word pissant and has taken to calling me pissant now. And I have to tell you,
pissant.
I'm not thrilled with it. I am so far not thrilled. She goes, who uses that term? And so we were texting earlier. And she goes, I would have said something to that woman, pissant. And you can hit the brakes on this, whatever you want.
No S, Warlock.
This is not a kind thing that you're doing here, ma'am. How could you? All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Hi, baby. Peekaboo's the most fun with you.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com is where you start the process of getting your first quote, comparing the quote you already have, doing perhaps a reverse mortgage, or expanding that business of yours. Everything and in between. Work with That Mortgage Guy Don because he has your best interest in mind. Go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
It's even more insulting when you read the definition of pissant: an insignificant or contemptible person or thing.
That's hurtful.
Sounds about right.
Oh, God.
Pissant.
Pissant.
I don't know how I could use that regularly. Is there a shorter version of it?
No, you just have
pissy?
to say it with authority. And you have to say, listen, pissant. And if you do that, it stops people in their tracks.
Yeah, like, what do you mean by that? And when did you travel here from 1800? Anywho, speaking of time travel, let's go back 40 years, 1985, where dozens of music's top stars left their egos at the door. You know why?
Why?
Is one of the first freak-offs.
Oh, okay.
No,
For
just
Diddy?
kidding. It was We Are the World. They recorded We Are the World
I still
on
haven't
this
watched
day.
this documentary.
Neither have I. I don't know if I ever will, because I keep forgetting about it until days like today. Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, Lionel Richie wrote the song, and following the American Music Awards, 45 artists, including Bruce Springsteen, Stevie Wonder, Sting, Kenny Rogers, Hall & Oates, and Dan Aykroyd, all spent the night singing We Are the World. And, fun little fact / trivia, who was the backing band for this amazing ensemble?
Toto?
Toto is right.
Yes.
Equally amazing ensemble of Toto. Essential to We Are the World, raising millions of dollars for starving people in Ethiopia, most of which went on to feed the Ethiopian bandits. But neither here nor there.
The Ethiopian bandits?
What?
With the Ethiopian bandits?
Let's go back to America with bandits and Dr. Phil and ICE. Now, we did cover the very awkward and interesting clip of Dr. Phil as he is embedded with ICE for immigration operation in Chicago. But it is worth noting that is not the last of the clips, because Merritt Street Media, that's Dr. Phil's media company, they're doing straight up live coverage on MerrittTV.com.
What? They're streaming this?
All day, every day.
Oh.
He said it's a pretty high-risk mission we're going on. This truly is a targeted ICE mission because they're not sweeping neighborhoods like people are trying to imply. He said that ICE has identified 270 high-value targets.
So just get them.
But why not stream it live on MerrittTV.com?
Get them and tell the American people who these people were and what they were charged with and why they shouldn't have been in this country. And I think everything will be clear as long as you're above board. But like live
why
streaming,
not get some unique web views, Sean?
I don't. This is me. I bitch about this stuff all the time. I don't like the live PD stuff. I don't like all that stuff. I think that we should have a separation between law enforcement and entertainment. And
I don't think Dr. Phil should be in it at all. We'll go back to the studio and do the daytime TV, please. Or you go out into the world, for example, India, and this group right here.
Please stop farting. Coldplay.
Yeah, they're not farting, but, well, no, there has to be a lot of farts because they have now played the biggest stadium show of the 21st century in India.
Really?
More than 220,000 people
Oh my
turned
God.
out for a pair of concerts at the Narendra Modi Stadium over the weekend. Performances not only marked the biggest of Coldplay's career, but also set the record for the largest stadium concerts of the 21st century, according to a press release.
Narendra Modi?
Narendra Modi.
Modi is the leader of India. as I
This
recall.
is just the name of the stadium, Narendra Modi, which
Okay.
can hold up to 220,000 people, or 100 some odd people.
Narendra Modi, that's the prime minister of India. He got his own stadium, I guess,
That
named
worked
after
out.
him. All right.
This is already the second highest grossing tour in music history, and now is, as far as India goes, the most amount of people with lots of farts that Coldplay ever played for. This is my replacement Christopher Walken story. Let's dive in. Dr. Phil, too.
I'm all ears.
We now have the 10 most streamed shows of the year, 2024. That is in what the industry calls library series. In other words, shows that streamers picked up from other sources. And the biggest one of them all, any guesses? The kiddos be watching it.
Kiddos. I'm going to go
Kiddos.
with
Miss Rachel.
Love it.
No.
Not Miss Rachel. Bluey is right.
Yeah, I was going to go Bluey. Yeah.
Yeah, Bluey, Disney
But you
Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Sea-Line gets the
Piss
point. 55.62 billion minutes collectively being watched. That big old Bluey.
Also, the thing that annoys me about Bluey is at least on the Disney Plus app, for whatever reason, some of these kid shows don't autoplay. So I have to keep hitting the next one, hitting that. And the Bluey ones are like 9 minutes long.
You have to hit the next one?
Yes.
Wow.
That's stupid.
What a tough life. What
Also-
an absolutely tough life.
Hey,
All the
listen.
streaming services people listening, because I know you love the show. Can we have maybe a skip all intros moving
You can.
forward? How?
Plex. There's this thing called
Oh my
Plex.
God, you're
you
doing
can skip
Plex.
all the
So
intros.
vested, dude. At number 2, kids are not watching, but I am, and so is Sea-Lane's wife, Grey's Anatomy. Between Netflix and Hulu, 47.85 billion minutes watched. Family Guy at number 3, 42.44 billion. Bob's Burgers, NCIS, Young Sheldon. At number 10, SpongeBob SquarePants, Paramount Plus with almost 28 billion minutes. They say as for the original series, Bridgerton was on Netflix, number 1, 21.42 billion minutes. Moana, as far as movies, 13 billion minutes. And the list goes on and on.
Are we just counting minutes because it's a more fun number?
Yeah, when you
We
get
could
to put
say
billions.
days,
In
years.
streaming, in the streaming world, they have focused on minutes for some reason. I don't know exactly why, Sea-Lane, but that is happening. The analytics for streaming have often been minutes streamed.
And also, we're still just taking their word for it, right? There's no like ratings or anyone, a third party that's taken their data and given
I
it
think
to
it
the
depends
people.
on the streamer, but I think some of them might have like a group that they work with that verifies what they release. However, otherwise, you just got to take them for their word.
Oh, and so do we take this person for their word? We now have the latest. I don't believe it's involved in the lawsuit, but since we're jumping on the Blake Lively is not cool train, choo-choo, Blake Lively, she's really going through it. The latest from a former coworker, a chef by the name of Roselia Rago, worked behind the scenes for Gossip Girl, says Blake was, and I quote, horrendous to work with. But her reason is interesting, and I throw a tiny flag on the field in which I ask, is this your fault, chef?
I'm ready
She
to
says
judge.
Blake was horrendous to work with because she would burp and fart in the middle of the set.
I don't know if I believe this lady. Did she come out with her name, or is she an anonymous source?
Chef Rosalia Ragu. Rago?
Wait, the chef is blaming her?
Yes, she would burp and fart in the middle of the set and act like we were lucky to be smelling her farts. She was very unpleasant to work with. I just don't know how else to say it. I'm going to attest that Blake Lively is horrendous. This is the chef still talking. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, or your fart bubble. She was a Nepo baby, and when she was 19, the whole world was blowing smoke up her fart machine. So, but if you're making the food that she's eating, are you causing the farts? Boom.
This is there's a lot of good evidence against Blake Lively now. This is not a piece of that. And honestly, the thing that bothers me the most is seeing stuff about Ryan, what's his name, her husband?
Seacrest.
No, not Ryan Seacrest.
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Seeing stuff about Ryan Reynolds that seemed like, oh, that's not great behavior. Oh, that seems kind of messed up.
You made the whole character of Deadpool about him?
That's not part that really caught with me, but some of the things that I've seen in the back and forth and all the evidence in their lawsuits, I was like, oh man, it kind of makes him seem a little bit like a dick, which I really liked him. And I don't know.
You know
That
what would
sucks.
have worked out great for Blake and maybe Ryan?
What?
How about some cancel culture insurance?
Okay. Wow. How much is this?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I got a couple of things I've been waiting to say.
You can now take out cancel culture insurance to help make sure your words or actions don't come back to haunt you.
Yes.
Because who wants to be bothered with nuances like having to take accountability? Am I right? So according
wanna
to
deal with that.
Financial Times, the policy is being created by Samphire Risk, a Lloyd's of London-backed independent underwriting agency that offers products focused on crime, hostage-taking, and kidnap risk with Borowski PR, London-based crisis communications group.
How much is this?
The cancel culture insurance plan. It's called Preempt. Maybe we could start looking it up because I'm getting to the. I'm just getting to the juiciness or the outline of it rather. Anyone can be insured against the woke mob and online outrage by mitigating any possible reputational damage that you can be brought upon yourself. Comes with 60 days of crisis management, a 24/7 hotline designed to reduce any damage you might be taking on social media and or traditional media due to cancel culture. I'm not seeing any price here at all. But
24/7 hotline you get?
just in case, 3 o'clock in the morning, you think of that one thing that might get you canceled. Policy is also proactive as a team
I
of
think of things that
researchers
get me canceled all the time.
and analysts will be on the lookout for any existing issues you may have that could be problematic down the road. So get yourself some cancel culture insurance while you can, my friends.
Okay.
On the big tib. The series premiere of Paradise on Hulu with Sterling K. Brown. FBI returns to CBS. Also FBI International, FBI Most Wanted. So you think you can FBI and Deal or No FBI Island. Stand-up special, Tom Green, I Got a Mule on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And we can catch Sean Evan and Riley Green on Kimmel. Follow your dreams on me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, stay with me, America. Say it with me now.
Smoke weed every day. The rare double, say it with me. And
Say it again. Thank you.
you got to witness it, folks. Zephyr Spiker on YouTube says, is the chef just disgruntled and trying to get revenge by spreading rumors?
I mean, it's from Gossip Girl, which is a very long time ago.
Until it's backed by somebody else, I don't believe the accusations. The problem with these stories about this guy and Blake Lively is to know what's going on, you now have to read like 4 lawsuits, hundreds and hundreds of pages, and I've looked through the lawsuits myself, and I still can't totally see who the bad person is besides C-Lane for moving his microphone around like that during a segment. I can't see who the ultimate bad person is, but Blake Lively does not look good in it. And I hated...
Neither does the other guy.
I hated when Blake Lively comes out, works with the New York Times, drops a bomb on this guy and makes him a monster, a pariah in the entertainment industry. And then when he starts firing back, she gets her attorneys to try to silence him. So, like, dunking on somebody, and then when they respond, trying to silence them, I do not like that move. That doesn't seem fair to me in any way.
Seems kind of stinky.
Yeah, and like a fart that she did on the Gossip Girl set.
Yeah, I don't...
But the whole lawsuit that also came about was that he was doing stuff to damage her career with the PR team. So this is getting to a point where I think the majority of people don't care anymore. Like, y'all have your little fight.
I barely did care.
Yeah, it's too complicated. It's too
I
complicated.
just brought
for
up
people
that
now.
story because of farts.
But she is
Anything other than
definitely...
that, I'm not talking about Blake Lively or Justin Balderini anymore. I'm
A lot
done.
of people are, though. It's really gaining traction. A lot of people online are. And they're going so deep into all this stuff because the court case is going to be next year if this goes through. I think they should just settle and move on with their lives. Just do other movies or something. Anyhow, when we come back, Pissants, we'll get to the latest going on in the world of you with your dispatches. Plus, we got to get to this person who says they were too fat to get a ride from Lyft. And I was really amazed. I think we'll put this in jury duty coming up because there's a guy in Texas that the police are about to send to jail. And it seems crazy to me that what he did was a crime. I don't think you'll agree with him going to jail, but we'll go over the details. And it's an interesting story that's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
There's a disabled truck off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound near State Road 536. The off-ramp is partially blocked due to construction from I-4 westbound to Buena Vista Drive. Expect delays on I-4 in that Lake Buena Vista area. Traffic is up to speed on most of the major roadways this afternoon. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's 2 faves for just $7. Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of these favorite items for just $7. Choose from their spicy or classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. 2 fave items for $7? Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Terms apply.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Experience Tables Extraordinaire February 5th through 7th at Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church in Maitland. Beautiful table designs, Greek culinary delights, and auction treasures. Then the gala banquet on Saturday, February 8th. Details at tables-extraordinaire.com.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCORadio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
Shop Southeast Steel's Appliance Warehouse after inventory sale. Hurry in for the best selections and savings of up to 60% off our retail, overstocks, one-of-a-kinds, out-of-the-box, and much more. Shop Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse today.
Get Wawa Rewards' biggest deal of the year before it's gone. Any size hot coffee for $1. Any size iced coffee for $2. And a 16-ounce Monster Energy for $3. You can redeem these bonus offers every day, as many times as you want, now through February 16th. Don't miss it. $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy drinks. Unlimited, now through February 16th. Gotta have a Wawa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Your music, radio, and podcasts are on our free iHeartRadio app.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Radio, 104.1. Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
Why wouldn't you want $1,000 for God's sake? Just follow the instructions, and it could be the easiest $1,000 you ever made. Make sure when you play in the keyword game of the contest, you are watching your phone for a call afterwards, so you can be the next winner.
And it's not a number you recognize, so pick it up.
Yeah, you got to be on guard afterwards. So in a moment here, we'll get to this person who was denied a ride, and she's made a whole incident out of it. But I want to see if anybody finds this to be a big deal at all. It's seismic as far as news stories go, judging by the amount of stories I saw about this today. But I ask a couple of questions along with a headline here. The headline being Costco has announced they're leaving Pepsi for Coca-Cola. And
about damn time.
They're making the switch right now.
I imagine that's a big change for Pepsi, right? Like, it's a big account to lose.
Costco's got to be a big one. Yes, I would think so. They have a lot of locations, and also a lot of people go in there and eat at the Costco cafes, or whatever they call them. They're pretty popular. And if you switch from one or another, you will lose people. People will go, I'm not going because they have this product over this product. But I don't know a ton of people who go, I'm only going to go to a place that sells Pepsi products. I don't know those folks.
Yeah.
I know Jimmy likes Pepsi, I think.
Really? Okay. I mean, I just never heard anybody go, I'm not going to that place because they only have Coca-Cola products. I've only heard the opposite of that.
But it's not, Costco's not the one that's going to lose out on that, because you're not going typically to Costco just to eat, unless you're trying to stretch that $1.50 hot dog meal a long way.
Of course.
Right.
But if you really wanted a Coca-Cola with only Pepsi products available, then you go buy a case of Coca-Cola, right?
They must still sell it that way.
The point being that most of the people, that's just an addendum to the fact that they're there because they're members and they're going to get stuff in bulk and save money. It's different when you go, for example, there's a place nearby to here that I, every once in a while, will stop before the show and get like some breakfast and something for lunch and to throw in the fridge and have later. And the last time I went there, I went, son of a bitch, you guys serve Pepsi now. And now I'm going to think about that next time I think about going there.
It's working on you then, if that's the case.
And that place is Subway. Sorry, Subway.
They announced this as of last week from the CEO of Costco, but they've now confirmed that it's going to happen, and it's going to happen this summer. For those of you who do shop that way, you're like, I can't go there. They don't have this. The only thing I've ever heard like that is I know people who will go to Taco Bell because they say Mountain Dew Baja Blast is God sent. And it's so good that it's worth them going to Taco Bell just so they can get that as their drink with their meal. Huge for Taco Bell to have something like that.
What I do love is that some places, at least that serve Pepsi products, will have a Dr. Pepper. It seems like Dr. Pepper is a medium between Coca-Cola products and Pepsi. That seems to be available. But there's no other alternative. Like,
doesn't one of those companies own Dr. Pepper?
Yes, but I've always seen that if it's Pepsi products that are only available, you'll still see a Dr. Pepper in it, which makes folks like me very pleased because I'm not trying to drink a Mountain Dew or Diet Pepsi.
Well, if I'm getting this right, you're saying that if it is a Pepsi situation where you don't have access to Coca-Cola products, they at least have Dr. Pepper amongst the offerings, so you have something that you could go to.
Unless they're like, we have root beer, and I want to slap them across the face because that doesn't taste anything like Dr. Pepper. Thank you.
I'm not a fan of a lot of those drinks. I don't drink most stuff like that, just to be honest with you. Big House on YouTube says Subway switched to Pepsi. Yes, they did. They did indeed. And sometimes they'll look at this afterwards to see what kind of effect it had on the actual bottom line, which is wild to see.
Well, it affected me.
Sorry this happened to you. I'm so sorry. My thoughts and prayers are headed to you and your family right now. Meanwhile, this woman, all she wanted to do was summon a Lyft, the LYFT style of Lyft. And when the vehicle came to pick her up,
when you teased this, you said Uber.
Yeah.
But now that it's Lyft, it's somehow funnier because of the whole...
I said Uber in the intro because it sounded better than Lyft did, and I didn't want to say rideshare. So, my bad, but that's what I had to do.
I'm not coming down on you. I'm saying
Poor Uber.
It's somehow funnier because, they're in this situation because they're heavy.
Uber took strays on my account because I thought it would make more sense to more people. But yes, it was a Lyft that this occurred in.
And an Uber giant person.
Near, yes. And this woman is a very large individual. And when the guy showed up to be her driver, her rideshare driver, he said, I can't do it. You're too big for my car. And they got into a bit of a back and forth here. And she was saying, well, you're denying me service because of my size? And he goes, yeah, my car just can't handle it. So you're going to have to get a bigger vehicle to come pick you up. And just to give you an idea of their back and forth, here's what happened.
This Lyft driver denied me service. BC of my size.
BC of my size.
Okay, all right.
The TikTok video.
Yeah, first of all, thought it was a news story and was going to lose my mind.
If that was
Back to the studio. Oh,
we now go out to Tommy Thompson with the report.
This Lyft driver denied me service. BC of my size.
Is this a Mickey Mouse setting or something? What's going on here?
That's a voice filter on
That's
TikTok.
all you're going to hear from it right now because now it's the two of them.
Yeah, I got no space now. My car is small.
My car is small.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
He's saying you can't. You just can't fit in my car. Believe me, you can't. Let me juke the audio a little bit. I can see the car, but I can't see what
She
type.
can fit in the car. It's not
I can't see what brand of car it is.
It's a sedan, obviously.
It is some sort of
Four-door.
sedan, but she is a very big woman.
Right,
and
but it's still available. Like, it's still sitting in the car.
Whose call is that? Is it the Lyft driver's car? Can you turn down somebody because of size?
This is a new one for me. I don't know.
In the Lyft terms of service, does it say you must pick up all riders regardless of their size? Because if so,
Even the
then
fatty fat fats?
she's got something against him. I pumped it up a little. Right here. Oh.
I can fit in this car. I can fit in the car. Yes, I can.
Believe me, you can.
So, I'm sorry.
What I'm going to do about my money?
I'm going to cancel you. You're not going to be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back.
My best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in.
All right, so she said my best friend has a Benz. It's newer than this ride you have, sir.
I thought you said smaller.
Maybe she said smaller, but
smaller
she said
or lower.
it's different than this, and I could still fit in his car, even though it's small. So she's trying to make the argument for getting in there. I thought they should have done a test run. Just open the back door, see if she can get in there. And if she can, and she says she's comfortable, take her. I don't think
she's in the passenger seat, so if need be, you can move that forward. Can you not?
I guess so. He seems dead set against it. I mean, step one would be lose enough weight so that you can hop into the lift.
Okay, well, that's not going to take a day. So
no, it might take a little longer. But let's see what else she says.
Same size.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm sorry, I can't.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I gotta order another lift?
And to be more specific with you, I got very tired tires.
What I got to do with your tires?
I think he blamed it on his tires that time. He's like, to make it more specific, I'm worried about my tires on my vehicle. And I would say at this point in time, the lady is huge, but she's not going to blow out your tires on your car.
No.
The car can handle more than that. Even if it was like a little Mini Cooper or something, it could handle more than that. And she now has gone out. I guess she's lawyered up. I guess she's coming after Lyft. I see her with some attorneys here. I don't know if they actually speak in this. Let's see. Is there a message that they're sending?
Oh, here we are.
No, it's just a photo. This is like a photo op. Yeah, this is her like in the lawyer's office chit-chatting with the attorney. Oh, that's just her dancing. I didn't expect that to be part of this.
This is going to be an exciting court case.
This was part of her I'm getting a lawyer video?
Yeah, this is part of the video she posted after this. Dank D. Moss is her name. And I think she's a rapper and like a fatfluencer or something. And it says, we are disheartened to look at this driver's unacceptable behavior. This was from Lyft. They had posted this. Please DM us at your earliest convenience for additional support.
Did she send that video?
We'd like to address this as soon as possible. I thought she was going to talk with the attorneys, but she didn't. This is like more of a compilation video that she added afterwards. So it's going down. The back and forth between 489-pound rapper Dank DeMoss and Lyft and the Lyft driver. If they suspend the Lyft driver, I'm going to feel bad for that guy. That seems like it sucks. Maybe he was really worried about his car. This woman is very large. It could be problematic, but I think your tires are going to be okay, buddy. You could do that. You just say, hey, squeeze in and we'll see how it works.
Well, she's suing Lyft. I think that if we were to ask Moses about this, the first thing he usually goes to is being fat a protected class?
I don't think so. No, I mean, unless you would say that you're somehow handicapped as a result of your weight, but I don't think that would be the case. Let's put it on the Mo list. I mean, it's a fair one to ask him, I think. A Florida Scratcher on YouTube says, the dude couldn't have been more polite. He was polite. She didn't like what she was hearing, but he was polite about it at least. We're going to go to you and your dispatches here in just a moment on the show. It's how you join us, whether you think you like what you're hearing or you hate what you're hearing, you want to come at me or you want to say you agree with me, or you want to just say something else entirely or get our opinion on a totally different story. All that acceptable. We go over to Chaos. Chaos says, I'm a Pepsi guy.
What's up, junkies?
Hey.
Happy day. I am a Pepsi person, kind of.
Found one.
I used to be a constant Pepsi drinker. I hate Coke products. They leave like a terrible chemically taste. But no longer a pop drinker. Period. Lost 40 pounds drinking flavored water.
Good for you.
The greatest thing for you, but it is what it is. It's better than pop.
Yeah, it's better than the Pepsi, but he's got some allegiance to them. It seems like their brand is not getting as much love as it once did. Some people saying this will test out the structural limits of discrimination laws. I wonder...
Because she's going to sit on them.
I wonder when I hear a story like this, what kind of stuff weighs in? If you're the attorney, can you say, well, let's compare this to another service? What if there was a dude ranch and the dude ranch had horses and they gave rides to people, but they had weight limits and they said, we don't feel comfortable allowing this woman to ride on our horse. In that case, you would go, well, that would be fine because the welfare of the animal could be at risk if the woman is of a certain size. So then what do you extrapolate from that? Would you say like, because this guy's fear of structural damage to his car is probably crazy.
He cited the tires.
The tires, yeah.
And Sabrina said she could sit up front, but I think if she
not up front. I mean,
you said the passenger seat.
Yeah, but no, scoot that seat up, and then she has plenty of room in the back.
Oh well,
which seems, I think, the most comfortable.
Still, to this driver, if he really is worried about his tires, then her argument is that the company Lyft needs to force him to put himself in a situation where he thinks damage could come to his car and his person if the tires burst on the road and he spins out of control.
Actual legitimate question here, and I don't mean this in any kind of jokey way. Are people that big? She's nearly 500 pounds. Are you too big for a seatbelt at some point? You
Absolutely. And I don't think 500 pounds is anywhere near the low end of that, because I had a teacher in high school who she was a bigger woman. Yeah. And I had some classmates that, for whatever reason, had to ride in her car, and they were like, yo, she got seatbelt extensions.
Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but maybe he could have, if he went that route, what if he said, I don't think my seatbelt will get around you? That'll be a problem.
And then she whips out a seatbelt extender.
I'm ready to go. Look at
I was prepared for this.
The only thing I'll say in her defense is that if there's nobody in the car, if she can take up like all of the back seat, like the whole entirety of the back seat, and still get that seatbelt around her, then it's almost like when they have a roller coaster and they go, can you fit in this seat right here?
Does it look like there's any situation when she's getting a seatbelt around her?
I don't know. I've never been that big. I don't know how big you could be in a seatbelt. It seems like they pull out a ways, but maybe that's too big. If that's too big, then the guy should say that and go, you can't fit in my seatbelts. I don't feel comfortable with my insurance. Too bad. So sad. One more. Here is unsolicited nitpick with a dispatch. Go ahead.
I like that's a great name.
With a dispatch. Go ahead. Hello?
My only thought on the whole Lyft driver denying the lady would be if the car was like lower to the ground, or like there wasn't a lot of space in like the wheel well. Maybe he's worried that if she sat on like one side, it would like push down that wheel well into the tires. I could see how, I wouldn't want that for my vehicle.
The car didn't look very low to the ground, or like in any way that it looked like it was modified. However, you said she said she had a friend with a Mercedes.
Or BMW or something.
And it sounded like she said the car was lower than that and she can get in it.
Did she say how much she weighed by any chance?
Almost 500 pounds. I think 486 or something like that was what I said when I was reading through.
So if this guy were to pick up 3 people that averaged 160 pounds, if they were to pick up the 3 of us, he would deny one of us, right? Because we would be all combined in the back.
All 4 of us? Yeah. If we tried to sit in the back of the car, it would be the same weight as that.
And he would say, I can't take you guys because your combined weight is too heavy.
Well, Dan says on YouTube, again, Lyft offers Lyft XL rides where you pay a little bit more and guarantee the car comes to get you as a van or a large SUV. She just didn't do that. Lucinda says
for families.
The park rides have size limits as well. I look at this and I think 2 things. I'm going to be real with you. Okay. Number 1, I feel like this guy doesn't know a lot about his car and how much weight it can hold. And he maybe legitimately thought the lady was going to squish his car. I think his level of intellect.
If that's the case, he's never seen a woman that big before in his life.
I think that might be it. I think he might just go, oh, she's going to smash my car. It's going to break my. I think he doesn't know the lengths that his car can go in terms of holding people.
That's not going to be the last morbidly obese person he picks up in Lyft, right?
Probably not. But why haven't we seen this story before? I haven't seen this happening yet.
She was brave enough to put it out there, huh? And
I haven't seen she's an influencer too, so she's leaning into the content on this particular story too. But I don't know. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Okay, we are going to take a quick break. Lots of you are throwing your words into the show, and I like that. I got a video dispatch to get to here before too long. And when we get to jury duty in a bit, we'll talk about that guy who is going to be arrested, and it's insane the reason why they're going to arrest this guy. But before that, we have to go back to this new AI product that has everybody talking and that maybe killed your 401k yesterday. What's the good news we can take from this? What's actually happening? We'll sort through it and dice it up. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
It's literally a short walk. What the hell is wrong with you? Stop being so damn weird. Please.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a disabled truck off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound near State Road 536. Authorities and emergency crews are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound near John Young Parkway, affecting the right lane there. Traffic is up to speed on most of the major roadways, although there's still some delays on I-4 in that Lake Buena Vista area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Public Transportation Association. Florida's transit connects to family. Whether you want to make memories with your loved ones or just get home to them, there's a transit option for you. Hop on and let them take you where you need to go. Because when you ride transit, you're connecting to what matters most. Visit transitconnectsflorida.com to stay connected to your family.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions.
First responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
This is Ashley Kennedy from the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. Did you know that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? When it's about biology and not willpower. It's not your fault that dieting just doesn't work. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes and for less than $3 a day. Traditional diets don't work because nearly 70% of weight is genetically determined. Through medication, you can work with your body rather than against it to create safe and long-lasting weight loss results. I have a family member that's been struggling with her weight for quite some time. No matter how hard she tries, no matter how limited her food intake, she just can't get the weight off. Well, with Future Health, they make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. Get ongoing support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at doctor's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
These times of massive inflation have people just like you strapped.
As far as my debt, I was drowning in debt. My balances were never going down. I was making payments every month. It was just draining every resource I had.
The Debt Management Group can help. In the first free call, they will explain all the relief programs you may qualify for to get you out of debt fast.
They saved me thousands of dollars, especially in interest. I would have never paid off this debt without their help.
I felt like it was a burden lifted off my shoulders. It felt amazing, and I felt like I could actually see a future for me and my kids.
The sooner you call, the faster you can get the relief you deserve. It's free information on all the debt relief programs you qualify for, plus guaranteed confidentiality. Call 800-933-3470. That's 800-933-3470. Call now to find out about the best debt forgiveness, consolidation, modification, and settlement programs available. 800-933-3470. That's 800-933-3470.
Roll with Hard Rock Bet for Big Game 59 because we're rolling out over $5.9 million in bonus bets. The big game kicks off Sunday in New Orleans, but get your share of Big Easy bonus bets now so you can place more bets on us instead of using your own cash.
It's the big game rollout. 5.9 million in promos, only on Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 Million Protection Package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
Have you made your favorite station a preset on our new and improved iHeartRadio app?
Wait, what?
What about your favorite podcast? You could do that?
Yeah, you really can.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. And with the all-new live radio dial, it's easier than ever to discover new stations you'll love. Plus a new trending section and the lyrics to all your favorite songs.
Love the new look of the iHeartRadio app, guys.
It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
If you ever need to talk, he'll pretend to listen. You're listening to the News Junkie.
Moment, then we'll get to this new AI threat and the update on what this means for your 401k, because it could be taking your monies.
Sweet.
It could be swallowing up all the invested income that you have. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Kevin emails the show. He says, good day, junkies. Well, I've had enough of this crappy generic morning show they make us endure every morning on 97.1 The Eagle here in Dallas. Oh, shots fired at the Freak, our old station there turned into The Eagle in Dallas. I've marked several occasions that this pile of crap show has reported all the News Junkie stories the next morning. Hey, and in their defense, Kevin, I think it's like it's a rock music morning show. I think it's not less of a talk show. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but it seems like they have to wait and listen to your content the next day they use it. Now they're actually using the Japan drop on the show.
No, they're not.
It's ridiculous. Wow. We've heard people using, and it's pretty obscure, the Have a Great Friday UMFers. We've heard other talk show hosts using that.
Interesting. And I have like a very weird, definitely not a real thing, underline conspiracy.
Okay, what's your conspiracy?
There's another commercial that's been running, at least on our station, that's like, why are you going to deal with just okay when you can, and then it goes right to our show. And I'm like, you think just okay? You're going to go with our listeners? No, thank you. Just
You can
okay
connect a couple of dots. It's ridiculous, he says. They're in California, And they read the news and weather for the Dallas area, exactly like they are now doing for the weather by outsourcing weather reports. Anyway, ran over. Love the show. Been a daily watcher via YouTube since you aired here on The Freak. Great show, and I plan on visiting Florida this year to say hi if you guys have any remotes. Keep moving forward and wishing you guys much success, says Kevin. Well,
thank you, Freak.
Kevin in Dallas, thank you. You know, the next steps for this show, kind of precarious ones, because of when the show airs live and the type of show it is. There's only so many what they used to call hot talk shows in the country. At one point, there was a whole network of them called the Real Radio Network on in various markets through the Southeast, but that is long gone. And to be honest with you, all of the hot talk stations that have this kind of talk that we do, which is entertainment, comedy, viral news, we've been on almost all of them. Okay? We've been on almost all of them at some point in time. And we did very well on them. Even The Freak is just, there was other problems with that station. So I think the only station in this format that we haven't been on is The Bone in Tampa, Florida, maybe. And there's one similar.
I thought there was like did we do the Cleveland one where we could say the T word?
That's a little different because there's a station in Cleveland that we've almost been on before. There was discussions going on
I would
before.
get with my girlfriend's family if we got on that station.
It would be cool. I think we would have been a great fit, but they have a live talk show in the morning and then I believe a live talk show in the afternoon, and they do music in the middays and then music in the nights.
We can do the news and the music if you want to.
I've always thought it would be a fantastic idea to toss us on there, but it's almost happened a couple of times and just didn't go through. And really, the biggest nut to crack is for us to try to get on maybe even nights on a lot of the news talk stations across the country that have been locked into either just constant political talk that honestly is boring and lacks any humor in so many cases.
Womp, 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 womp.
Or they have the coast-to-coast stuff, which I know there's some people who like that, but I think you'd rather be kept awake during nighttime talk slots.
Is coast-to-coast the alien one?
Yeah, that's the one where it's like, Encounters of the Third Kind or whatever.
Oh.
It's all the strange stuff, and it's been around for a very, very long time. But I think it's time for something new in that world. And they've flirted with putting us on a lot of those stations. I think that could be something we could do. It's just strange. You know, we have been a show that's done very well and been lucky enough to be featured in all sorts of places, and we love all the stations we're on right now.
So much.
But, yeah, the next steps would be maybe trying to, I would love to be back on in Dallas. It was super fun to work with the station. All the people there, the program directors and everybody who was in charge of that station were awesome. And it just didn't land. It just, it's hard. It's more hard than anything you can imagine.
That station enough time. Those guys weren't even on a year.
Yeah, they didn't. But it's such a big marketplace that they're not screwing around. They go, we can put music on this and pipe in a morning show, and it'll cost us a fraction of what it costs. This format is expensive, everybody, because we actually have people who sit around talking into microphones, which doesn't happen in many other places. You have a morning show. Sometimes that's live. Sometimes it's not. Then you have Ryan Seacrest or somebody piped in, and you have all these people who just voice track from all over the country. And the theory around here is that you want to hang out with the three best friends you never knew you had and go through all the insane stuff happening in the world. Funny, interesting, controversial, all of those things. And that's what we try to do each day. And the more places we could do it, the more opportunities we get, the more we'll take them. So news on that, I'm sure, coming up at some point during the year here.
It did make for a potentially awkward moment when we met one of our new bosses.
Yeah.
We were talking about the different markets we were in, and I called.
Were you talking about Mark Chase?
No. Judy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And when we were in her office, and I was like, yeah, we were on this station in Dallas, and I tended to call the station not the Freak, but by its call letters.
Yeah.
Kegel.
K-E-G-L.
And I said it, and then I kept talking, and in my head I went, I just said Kegel to the new boss. What am I doing
it's
here?
Healthy exercise.
What is she going to think about us? What's happening here? We do have some good people in management now who I hopefully will invest more in the show and stretch us out even further. There have been so many times where I've heard that, and this is why I rage against the suits and I yell at people like that. I swear to God, imagine being in my position, right? I'll hear a year afterwards from somebody and they'll go, hey, we were trying to get you on our radio station, but one of the suits at iHeart said, no, we don't want to put him there. We're not going to do that. And I was begging because I thought it would really work and I thought it would be a great fit. And I'm going, I think it would work. I think it would be a great fit. And people hold back the trajectory of your career and where you think it should go. Maybe they have a different idea of where things could go. But there you go. A little behind the scenes for you, if you will, on this lovely.
Back down, man.
It's a Share the Show Tuesday anyways, and we're sharing a little bit about the show with you. That's something that hopefully you enjoy. The Chinese AI company, that's right. It's a company from China, folks.
China.
DeepSeek AI. And if you don't know why this was big, this announcement this week, and if you don't know why it had an effect on the stock market, NVIDIA, the tech manufacturing company, the chip manufacturer, it's because they said they could create an AI model that they could do for a fraction of the cost of what these American companies have been doing. The only companies with enough money to buy enough chips to create AI and AI language models have been Meta, because they're a very, very rich company, have been Apple, because they're a very, very rich company, has been Google.
Very rich company, I bet.
OpenAI, very, very, very rich company. And then this company comes in, the little company that could, and they say, nope, we can do it for $5 million. I don't know if they're lying about that, but we could do it for much cheaper than everybody else.
When you say cheaper, are we talking about costs in power? Costs in
the chips?
Processing? Is the chips?
The chips cost a lot of money, and you have to have a lot of them to make the model itself.
Which is why I believe it was Bill Gates that wanted to, turn back on this nuclear reactor.
Yeah,
to power a big AI farm.
I salute him. I say it's a great idea. I think that's fantastic.
Does he own
to
that
do
farm by any chance?
I think he's working with some nuclear plants that were closed down to reboot them to power up some of the AI stuff.
Control-Alt-Delete them.
But this could be good. I agree with Trump on this. This could be good because it could tell these companies, you can do it for cheaper. You don't have to be a big bloated company, just like not every movie has to be a big bloated budget movie. You could do this on a more streamlined budget, create more competition in the AI world, and I'm all for that. I think that's great. But I do hesitate with all the censorship that these Chinese apps have that they interject into the U.S. marketplace, whereas we can't get our apps, our voices, our messages, our overall tone of the United States discourse injected into China because they have banned every single one of them you can think of.
Yeah, but they're not doing that to us. They're doing that in general. I mean,
yeah, they just have a blanket ban on almost everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they said, hey, DeepSeek, when you run it in America, it can't say anything bad about the Chinese president. It's when you run it anywhere.
Right.
Yes, but they could have a different algorithm from the United States of America if they wanted to, or they could have a different AI rule set, which made it so in the U.S. it would tell you about things that are controversial, like Tiananmen Square, criticism of the leadership in China. It doesn't do those things now. It doesn't. We're kind of like we're stuck in that zone. But let us know what you think. Maybe this crushed your stocks this week. Maybe you hate AI and you don't believe me. You can't come up with a reason why it's going to help you in your life. You think it's a fad. You think it's a joke. Let us know. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, we'll get to the jury duty story I've been teasing. And it's about a father who is about to be arrested for something that I don't think any of us will think is a crime that he should be arrested for. But we'll present it to you. Good time to go over to the stream over on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. That's when we're live. It's up there on the top of thenewsjunkie.com. So just hit that live stream. Wait till you hear the details on this and jury duty. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Because sometimes infighting amongst friends is exactly what you need to lower the volume on the voices in your head. Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
At the start of the NFL season, the running back position was viewed as a luxury, but performances of stars like Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, and Jahmyr Gibbs have started to flip that script, making running backs a little more in vogue. We all know the NFL's a copycat league, and with this year's running back class already starting to turn some heads, it should be interesting to see if the ripple effects bleeds into this year's NFL Draft. I'm Dan Patrick.
At Mercedes-Benz, there's a reason they go the extra mile. From testing their vehicles in desert heat and Arctic cold to creating AI that can anticipate your needs and preferences on the road, they demand that every car is worthy of their star because it's Mercedes-Benz.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit InvisibleFence.com to learn more. That's InvisibleFence.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
All right, it's January. You know what that means? New Year's resolutions are in full swing. So here's one for you. Clear vision. Seriously, if you're dealing with contacts or glasses, laser vision correction at the Filatowski Eye Institute is a game changer. With over 65,000 procedures, they are the trusted choice for Central Florida. And they have 24-month interest-free financing, so you don't have to wait. You can start seeing clearly and stay on budget. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free consultation today. Clear vision, clear future. It all starts with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Just text 1041 to 868686 now for your free LASIK consultation.
Technology is advancing faster than ever these days, especially with the addition of artificial intelligence. Safe Touch Security has always been the trusted technology leader with high-tech security systems, and now they're introducing AI Deterrence. It's next-level security for your family. By doing more than just monitoring your property, it works proactively against intruders with floodlight cameras, specific verbal warnings, and more. Right now, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-2049.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 million protection package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
New Year's resolution is to sell your home? Get a guaranteed cash offer today at thenickleyGroup.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
In just a second, but then weigh in after that and let your opinion be known by going to thenewsjunkie.com. That is thenewsjunkie.com, where you can send in audio or video dispatch. So it's cold out there. It's cold all over the country. A lot of snow for people. And one father is in some trouble for a video that he posted online. Now, this video is going to lead to his arrest if the police in Texas are to be trusted. I don't see any reason not to trust them. Police in Texas say they believe a 25-year-old man put a 3-month-old in danger when he tried to make a viral stunt video that he posted on TikTok. It did indeed go viral. A winter storm hit the Lone Star State, that's Texas, friends, blanketing the region with snow. And after observing the video online, Port Arthur Police Department and Child Protective Services started investigating. Beaumont, ABC, and NBC affiliate KBMT reported all of this. Police told the station they're trying to obtain an arrest warrant for child endangerment. Here's what went down. This is the actual footage that started all of this. Tell me if you think this father should be arrested. It's a father of the day is what it is, actually.
Father of the day.
Here he goes. Chat folks, do your judging. Get your judge hats on. Here's the father. He's got a little baby with him. I don't know how old this kid is. You think he's older than Jackson just by glancing?
Hell no.
Didn't you just say 3-month-old?
Yeah, that's months old.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. 3 months old. He's 3 months old. He's young.
I think that kid looks about 3 months old.
Yeah, you got a good eye.
Yeah, just about 3 months old.
You guys are right about that. Here he goes. All right, his car is covered in snow. And he took the kid and put him on the hood of the car.
I take back what it said.
To slide off the snow. So the kid was used like as a little snow shovel. It put the kid on the hood of the car, slid the kid over to knock the snow.
And now Child Protective Services are being called.
They're going to arrest this guy.
Do
you think that is something that he should be arrested for?
Also, I take back the 3 months thing.
Yeah, that's not a 3-month-old. That baby's walking, has sneakers.
Right there.
Yeah.
The kid said, yeah. I think he said, are you ready? I mean, that doesn't seem that bad to me. It's just a little kid playing in the snow, for God's sake.
Yeah.
By the way, this says 3 months old. Maybe it's 3-year-old. It could be that the kid is 3 years old because he looks to be a little bit older here for sure. And I would imagine that anybody watching this would go, is that funny? I guess it's kind of funny. Would I do that with my child? I don't know if I would, but I wouldn't want somebody arrested for it.
No,
I would
but
think that.
What's the danger here? I mean,
I don't see any danger.
If you throw that same child into a pile of snow, is that an arrestable offense?
I would think it was just having fun with a kid. The police chief is not laughing. It's a sad situation. I know a lot of people go to social media and they're looking for clicks, but this is not a deal where you should put a baby on the windshield. Cops reportedly conducted a welfare check on the child when they were made aware of the video. They have since learned that the man was not the only one at the scene of the incident. He had 2 females with him at the time. We suspect one was the mom. They checked on the baby. The baby was just fine. And they're not clear if the other people are going to face charges.
Mind you, has this happened for all the viral videos of kid got in trouble at school, so now he's got to jog to school, and parents going to film him as he jogs that half mile, and he better not walk at all because it's all in that viral video of the dad yelling at him from the truck as he jogs to school. I mean, this was 2 seconds of the child going through some snow.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad.
Didn't even face first.
Only possibility is this is a different guy and it's a trend that they were doing, and he did it. But I'm trying to find the actual video.
If he did it with an actual 3-month-old.
I'm trying to find the actual video because I would love to see the comment section.
What people think about this?
Yeah. I want to know how hostile it is, how volatile the comment section turns out to be in such a video where it doesn't look, or the video that you played didn't look that bad.
No, it didn't look bad at all. It was a simple joke, and it would have to be a lot more egregious than that.
Okay, now I will say this. I'm looking at a still on the Mirror US, and it does look like somebody doing with a much smaller child.
Okay, this is what you're talking about. Hang on. This here?
Yes.
It's the same thing, but this is a different guy doing it on the hood of an SUV. KDFM reported. Let me see if I could find more of the actual video. It doesn't look like anybody wants to post the actual video, maybe because it's just a little kid. It says, police told KFDM they have identified and spoken to the man in the video, seen vigorously wiping the snow off the front and back windows with an infant smiling and laughing as he does. It was a trend. It was a trend that people were doing. They're like, this is funny. Take your kids in their winter coats and put them on the car and wipe the snow off of the car. And I'll find more about this. Here's 12 News. Now, nobody's got like the actual video of the incident going, but
It
if
must
you could
be
find
a,
it,
like, baby then, right?
the one in this screenshot is a smaller kid. Okay. It's definitely more of a baby in terms of like overall size. Baby Texas car. No, I need snow. Hang on. I'll find that, and we'll get caught up on the extra details there in just a moment. But yeah, it's a trend that a lot of people were doing, and it doesn't seem that bad to me unless he was physically smashing the kid around or something. Let us know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Oh, this is jury duty, is it not?
Yeah, thanks, Mo.
Let's do this fast. Here we go. Ready? Let's do jury duty. You got it right here.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. When you are in an accident, you are going to need somebody to help you out. Somebody's going to listen to you, fight for you, and that somebody, in my opinion, should definitely be Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm and the crew over at Just Call Mo. So go check them out. JustCallMo.com.
If your parents took your tiny body and just smeared it across a snow-covered car, call Mo.
Yep, give them a call. Injured in the snow, just call Mo.
Nice.
I was going to say you didn't think to end that in snow.
Well, I was going to think about it eventually.
800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, justcallmo.com. When we return, Starbucks staff, they've now been given a new button when things start to go wrong. What do you do? What does this button do? And how much would I want to press it at a Starbucks? Well, we'll find out, because all of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hi, I'm Kara from Apopka, and I just won $1,000 listening to Real Radio 104.1.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
Emergency crews have done a great job clearing up that accident on I-4 westbound near John Young Parkway. It's smooth sailing through there, although there's an accident on I-4 eastbound near Anderson Street, slowing down traffic. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. Watch out for an accident where Orange Blossom Trail meets Stony Brook Hills Parkway. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
New Year's resolution is to buy a home? Get your free buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 million protection package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com. Start the new year off right by upgrading your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason is longevity. Unlike traditional vinyl, Fibrex doesn't warp, crack, or degrade over time, meaning your windows and doors will last longer without the need for frequent replacements. And they're customizable. Choose from a variety of styles and finishes to match your home's aesthetic, with each product custom built to fit your home's exact specifications. Here's what Tiana had to say about her experience with Renewal by Andersen. I am beyond impressed with the work done by Renewal by Andersen. The quality of their products and the expertise of their team truly exceeded our expectations. I highly recommend Renewal by Andersen to anyone looking for high-quality doors and windows. Thank you for transforming our home. For January, Renewal by Andersen is offering save 20% on your entire project, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando. Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
These times of massive inflation have people just like you strapped.
As far as my debt, I was drowning in debt. My balances were never going down. I was making payments every month. It was just draining every resource I had.
The Debt Management Group can help. In the first free call, they will explain all the relief programs you may qualify for to get you out of debt fast.
They saved me thousands of dollars, especially in interest. I would have never paid off this debt without their help.
I felt like it was a burden lifted off my shoulders. It felt amazing, and I felt like I could actually see a future for me and my kids.
The sooner you call, the faster you can get the relief you deserve. It's free information on all the debt relief programs you qualify for, plus guaranteed confidentiality. Call 800-933-3470. That's 800-933-3470. Call now to find out about the best debt forgiveness, consolidation, modification, and settlement programs available. 800-933-3470. That's 800-933-3470.
Get Wawa Rewards' biggest deal of the year before it's gone. Any size hot coffee for $1. Any size iced coffee for $2. And a 16-ounce Monster Energy for $3. You can redeem these bonus offers every day, as many times as you want, now through February 16th. Don't miss it. $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy drinks. Unlimited, now through February 16th. Gotta have a Wawa.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream on your free iHeartRadio app today.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. B-I-L-L-S. BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1. They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Being here with us, and we're happy to keep you company and tell you about everything that's happening in the world of all things viral news. So if you want to learn more, you can go to thenewsjunkie.com. A bit of a grab bag segment here. This is where we have a lot of ground to cover and only a certain amount of time to do it. So first things first, and I've placed this up on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com because whenever we have a visual, we know that you were listening to this show, not watching.
And you're screaming, I want to see it now.
And so, boom, we put it up, and you can see it now over on thenewsjunkie.com. Look in the See It Now section. The father who is going to be arrested for participating in this viral trend, I would call it, of taking your baby, and when your baby's all bundled up in like pants and an overcoat and a hoodie and stuff.
Like a Christmas Story.
Yes, when your kid's all like, all you see is...
Oh, here we go. Okay.
All you see is the baby's face, right? Like you see the baby's face and it's got the whole coat on and the pants on and all that stuff.
And that's an infant.
The viral trend was to take your baby and do this, clean the snow off of your car. And this is the actual guy that is going to be arrested. And the baby's much younger than some of the other ones. It's a 3-month-old baby. And here he is. He's using his child like a windshield wiper to get the snow off the car. And it's not crazy different. This part's a little worse. He's shoveling the snow off with his little kid. And he picks him up. And he pushes the snow off with the kid.
Is the baby crying?
You can't hear. There's no audio, which C-Lane said that. I wish that there was audio so that we could see if the kid is crying or laughing or...
I think the first wipe would have been just fine, my guy. You didn't have to triple down on it.
He went a little too long, and you start to go, well, the kid's all covered in snow.
The whole damn thing.
I mean, now that the baby's arms are going up, like it's...
Yeah, he took it from... hey, do this for 5 seconds, and then he cleaned off his whole window with a 3-month-old kid. But I still don't know if I would say this guy should be arrested. Like, the cop should be involved in this. Maybe go talk to him and go, hey, buddy, don't do all this stuff and just think you're fine.
Like, where we find these muddy waters of if it was any other time, had it not been a viral video... Mm-hmm. And they probably had numerous calls to their local police department. You probably had accounts that solely bank on finding that guy. And did you see this? And this is the clip behind me. So here's the information we have. Give me his name. And then they have the part 2 in which they've reported them to the workplace and all of that. And mind you, some of these have worked out in the favor of children who are in a bad situation.
Which I want that to happen. I don't want kids to be abused or whatever.
Absolutely.
But I wonder how much is this seriously that bad? If I saw a photo or like a video of my parents doing this to me when I was a 3-month-old, I would probably not scream to the cops that I was abused. I would say that, they're just doing a thing.
I mean, there's probably a lot of photos at the very least of us as babies, like... Look how funny with a cigarette in that baby's mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look how cute. It's in a giant bucket of beer.
Now, if you're watching all this stuff online and just judging and bad parent and going after that guy, and I'm going to throw him in jail, I'll tell you, it's worse all around for the guy to be thrown in jail.
Yeah, that's going to suck for the baby.
Guy gets thrown in jail, and the father can't provide any more money. I don't know what the situation is with the family. Apparently, the mother was there as well, so... they look younger. It just seems like throwing one of the parents behind bars is not going to improve what we have here for these this young couple.
I found the original, and because it's a TikTok, there's sound, but it's just "Christmas baby, please come home."
Oh,
so
okay.
That's what's in the background.
Yeah.
See, like if would it be different if we heard the original audio? And that baby's just like screaming, crying.
I wouldn't like it if the baby was crying the whole time. No, I would say you're missing the cues from this child that it's not happy with what's happening. But the audio not being there kind of makes that hard to determine. Another update in our grab bag segment here is about those mystery drones. I thought we moved on past the mystery drones.
Same.
But we still are getting some answers here. Finally, I guess I should say. And
Did they appear again after?
Well,
Christmas
everybody
time?
stopped talking about the drones, and they stopped talking. Remember the fog too? They stopped talking about the mysterious fog.
I forgot about the fog.
But now there's a new president in the White House, and he wants to get some answers out there. So they have some answers on these New Jersey drones. Let's see what they said just a little bit earlier at the White House.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
All right, this was not the enemy, maybe the key line.
I don't take that for a second. After all the hype, this is what the answer is that it was just cleared by the FAA. We would have gotten that answer a long time ago.
A couple of things real quick.
I'm sick of it, Sean.
Sealand, you will know the most about this. Is it a little mealy-mouthed to say approved by the FAA or whatever language she used? Because couldn't that just mean that the person was flying a drone legally and they didn't do anything wrong? It makes it sound like the FAA was doing something and then they weren't telling people about it.
If they got any sort of special authorization, first of all, a lot of that stuff is public record, so you would be able to look like a lot of the special authorization stuff that gets requested, you can look up. It's very boring, but it's there. If it was for some sort of research, a lot of people said they were flying without proper lighting. That would be something you need special authorization for, because if you're flying at night, you need to have a light that flashes every so often that can be seen 3 nautical miles away. But to say that you just, I get approval from the FAA to fly because I just log on to an app that automatically approves me.
Hang on. I want to see your exact words.
Press conferences with, city officials, governors. I mean, at one point they asked Trump about it, and no one, at any point from the FAA was like, "No, we cleared these drones."
They should have if they had the information, and I'm assuming that they did. But I want to hear what she said about the FAA part.
It was just shared with me in the Oval Office from President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons.
Okay. Authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons.
Sounds like red number 3 to me.
You're supposed to read into that and say it was the government doing research. I think that's what you're supposed to read into that and say.
Are you? I mean,
that's what I'm getting from it. But bringing the FAA into it is like, hey, they were approved to fly for whatever reason, and there's nothing really going on here. But it sounds, let me give you 2 ways you could say this, Elan. Way number 1.
All right.
We investigated and we found that these drones were just people flying their own personal drones. And though there was a big scare over this, it was really not about anything. There was nothing nefarious going on here. Number 2, you say, we investigated this and we found that these drones were authorized to fly by the FAA for research and other reasons. That sounds a little more like the government was involved in it to me than the first way. It sounds more like the government was involved, the phrasing of the second way to say that, at least personally. I don't know.
I think
with all the mystery, though, that surrounded it, they must have asked the FAA first, right?
I would hope so, unless nobody was doing anything in the final months of Biden's administration. They're like, we're done. We're getting out of here. I don't know. Mark on YouTube says, word salad. It does kind of seem like the way it was said
and
was
then threw
hard
in the
to interpret.
hobbyists, too.
Mm-hmm. Which is, I'm sure, true. I'm sure there legitimately were hobbyists who were just flying their drones. And they were part of the sightings where people thought they saw these aliens floating over New Jersey. It's not a super satisfying answer, though. I don't think
didn't we predict a long time ago that the answer to this could possibly be not satisfying at all?
And here we are.
Okay. If it is, the enemy is flying over us and surveilling us and all that, that's a bad situation. Can we agree with that? We don't want the enemy flying over us and surveilling us.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want that.
So, if it is just people legally using drones in a method that is approved by the Federal Aviation Administration, that's a good thing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want it to be the good thing?
Ooh.
I would, yeah, because we had a lot of stuff that was floating out there. Like Big Doug Millionaire says, what happened to that GOP congressman that said it was an Iranian ship?
The mothership. That's what it was. Not just any ship, it was the Iranian mothership.
But this, like you said, most of the time, publicly accessed information, that guy would not have gotten to the press conference in which he said, take down the mothership of Iran.
That guy didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
No one did.
Somebody told him something stupid.
So many weeks later, are we going 2 months later, that this is the answer? It just seems weird.
So often the truth is not as satisfying as all the theories are, just like the person who had to
But
help.
this truth could have been found a lot.
But it's like, why do you want it to be like you shouldn't be wanting it to be the juicy thing, because the juicy thing's not good for us. I got into an argument with,
here he goes again,
with somebody online that said that the inauguration was moved for reasons other than cold weather. They didn't have really good reasons to, and they just kept telling me to look it up. I was like, well, what's the reason? And it was like,
I ain't doing the work for you.
Yeah, look it up. It's the nuclear that they was missing in Jersey. He didn't say nuclear or anything. He just said the nuclear that was missing in Jersey. And I was like, well, I think you're wrong, because the person said they think there's going to be a dirty bomb that was placed in the crowd. That's why they moved the inauguration. I said, I think you're wrong, and I think you should hope that I'm right. And they said, nope. And I go, you hope that they put a dirty bomb somewhere? And the person goes, no, I support Trump. And I go, yeah, I got that part, my man. But I'm saying, you don't hope that I'm right? You don't hope that it's the simplest, most mundane, harmless explanation?
Do you know what you ran into there? And I love this territory. If somebody starts an argument with you and you're kind of both yelling at each other back and forth, and while your voice is elevated, the person realizes that they're wrong, they don't necessarily know how to dismount. So you go, so you would want to agree with me, right? And they go, no. So you want there to be a dirty bomb at this event? Well, no, I don't. All of a sudden, they found out they were in agreement, and they didn't know how to get out of that. They didn't know how to segue to the next thing, I don't think, unfortunately for them. Okay, we're going to hear from you just like
this. He included a picture of his Trump flag when he said, I support Trump.
Take that. The drunken mailman has a dispatch for us. It says, Sean could have been arrested for child abuse? Big if true.
Oh, I know what this is.
Sean, it's a good thing that TikTok and viral stuff wasn't around when you threw that water balloon into Dylan's face when he was on the trampoline, man, because you would have a child abuse
flag on the field
now.
Flag on the field.
Even though it was hilarious.
The water was not in a balloon. It was just a cup full of water.
Yeah, it's true. It did. When Dylan was a little kid, he was jumping on a trampoline, a little tiny trampoline on my parents' patio, and I had an intrusive thought as I walked by him. I was like, what if I just throw this glass of water at him? He'll think it's funny. And I threw the glass of water at him, and he looked at me, and then he just started crying and saying, why would you do that? And I was like, oh, my God, What have I done? What did I do here?
Child abuse.
I just really screwed it up.
In this video, in this TikTok video, you're right. It does go on a little long. Like, you could have just done the one swipe, and it was cute. However, and you don't know this, and I'm just speculating, being a new father, there is one thing about a baby that is like a drug, and that is the unadulterated laughter that can come from a child. And when you hear it, you want more of it. So if that baby was laughing about being drugged through the snow, you're going to go, oh, you like that? Let's have some more.
I'm going to go with that one. The good part. It's the, hobbyist of baby swiping through snow.
It sucks that we don't have the audio of what was going on there, because it would have given a little more insight into things. Let us know what you know.
Love.
Send us your dispatch. You could be featured on the show as well. And I tease this, so let me knock this out very quickly here. In Starbucks, they have installed new panic buttons for their staff over there as they crack down on customers who stay in the Starbucks too long. They're trying to use their bathrooms without buying anything, mostly because Starbucks said, hey, it's cool. You can use our bathrooms even if you don't buy everything. And then they did that, and then Starbucks is like, oh, we don't want the hobos taking showers in the bathroom here. So now we want to get out of this. U.S. workers have been given new guidelines on how to eject customers who overstay their welcome in the Starbucks locations. The company is also training workers in conflict de-escalations. I just want to make a mocha frappuccino. I just wanted to sell muffins to people. I thought I was getting $16 an hour to work at Starbucks. Now I have to have de-escalation tactics. Now I've got to work like I'm some police officer here.
When you have that many Starbucks,
you gotta find a way to de-escalate these prolonged stares of space in these Starbucks locations. And now they have buttons.
A pup cup.
They have these buttons that if they hit them, will immediately summon the manager of that location to handle things.
Thank God.
In the right way. That's how you do it. Okay.
Call it the Karen button.
We will take a quick moment. I don't know if that's what they're going to call it. That might be bad branding on their part, but we'll see what's going on. We'll watch that story and a lot more as we roll on a lovely day here. You are coming up next, and you can send your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. I got 2 video dispatches to get into. I'm excited to see your faces. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic is up to speed on most of the major roadways this afternoon, although there are delays heading through the city on I-4 due to an accident eastbound at Anderson Street. The left lane is blocked. Traffic is backed up from Michigan Street. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions,
first responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now, and we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Here we are right in the face of yet another year. 2025 is here in front of us. And over the last few years, I've heard a number of unbelievable testimonials from people who use Life Imaging FLA, saving their lives. Guys, let's start off 2025 the right way, making sure that your long-term health is in play. And with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan, they can do that for you. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And remember, this entire process only takes a few seconds. There are no dyes or injections. You don't have to take your clothes off, but the information you get can change your life and even save your life. And be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Make that appointment today. It's easy. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Whatever you do, don't wait. Start off 2025 with the most information you can get about your long-term health care. And do that with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 Million Protection Package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name Clay as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Yellowstone fans, your journey into the Yellowstone universe starts here.
Let's go to work.
Join Bobby Bones on the official Yellowstone podcast as he dives deep into the franchise's legacy. From exclusive cast interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make Yellowstone a global phenomenon.
I look forward to it.
Listen now on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the iHeart app, search the official Yellowstone podcast, and start listening today.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers listen to, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey, it's Alec Baldwin. This season on my podcast, Here's the Thing, I speak with musician, photographer, and philanthropist Julian Lennon.
Photography really does allow me to do that. I have empathy for people on the other side of the world that you'll never ever meet, but you'll at least have some understanding of what their life is and what they went through or are still going through.
Listen to Here's the Thing on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Here's the Thing and start listening.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the news.
And I think there's going to be a whole lot more of this. I'll explain in just a moment something that is happening with one of the big stories of the week, which has been the deportation starting. I saw them going around New York City. They got a huge problem there, man. They had a whole bunch of hotels and stuff that were packed full of these illegal immigrants, and a lot of them were getting violent and engaging in all sorts of criminal activity. And There was a ton of these people that they had on a list that they, again, I guess, started arresting as early as yesterday and then today, and had the mayor and stuff out there. I don't know why they didn't do this before. Like, it seems to me that if you have a bunch of criminals who are involved in this stuff and they're here illegally, then go send them home, send them back where they came from. I don't know what they were waiting for, why they needed this push to do this. But they weren't good people that we're talking about.
All the people in hotels?
Yeah, no, not all of the people in the hotels, but many, many, many of the people in the hotels in New York were getting arrested over and over in New York for being violent, for selling fentanyl, for engaging in gang activity. If you look up all about the migrant gangs in New York City or anything to do with the homeless crisis in New York, you'll see what I'm talking about, because some of these people are not great. And I think what this boils down to, because I saw a story of there's people now starting to heckle the ICE officers, if you can call them that. The ICE operations are going down and people are going like, what are you guys doing? You're terrible. I hope you feel proud of yourselves. And they're going after the people who are conducting these raids. And I think why this happens is it's kind of, it falls on political lines sometimes, but it doesn't have to. It's this myth of the noble savage. If you never heard of this before, a lot of people who find themselves to be very empathetic, many times that aligns with like left-wing politics, they often take people in history or even in the current day and they make them noble by default. So they call it the myth of the noble savage because people would talk about Native Americans as if they were all peace pipe smoking, peaceful people that were killed by the crackers who rolled over from England. And all of these things were just idiotic and incredibly far from the truth. And in the cases of ICE agents doing this and somebody yelling at them, you're just automatically thinking that the person that they're trying to remove from the United States of America is somehow by default noble, not bad, a good person. And I think they said the woman that was being removed in this case in Virginia was charged with child cruelty, abduction, and neglect, and had caused like all sorts of chaos in the building she was living in. But this guy starts heckling the ICE people when they were pulling off this operation. Here he is. I want to hear from him himself.
As aggressive knocks at my door. I approached the door, but before opening it, I asked who it was. I heard in response that it was the police. I asked if they had a warrant. They indicated that they did.
He says when they gave him an Hispanic name, he didn't recognize. He opened the door.
I fully expected to see Fairfax County police at the door. Instead, I saw a group of men. It was at least 4, but I think it was more, decked out in what I would describe as like tactical gear.
Fatigues. In the video provided to News 4 by another resident, you can see the word police and the acronym ERO, which stands for Enforcement and Removal Operations within ICE.
I told them that they should be ashamed of themselves, that they were breaking up families, and that, what my government was doing was embarrassing, and they're embarrassing our country.
So he says they're embarrassing the country, you're breaking up families. Is automatically the default in this mindset is that this is a great person, that we're pulling away from some baby and we're breaking up all these families and doing this stuff. I don't think that's the way it's not the way certainly that I look at these circumstances, but I think it's going to happen a lot more. And the more commonplace these ICE raids get and the more people that they're targeting, the more this will happen. Not that any of it's new. I mean, Obama deported over 2 million people. I forgot what the exact number was on that. Biden deported well over 1 million people. All these people, all these things happen. It's just, do they get attention, and are people being emotionally upset by it? Like Selena Gomez in her video that she dropped this week. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. I think that explains a lot of the reaction just to me personally, but I want to see what you got in your mind right now. Do let us know. Sean on YouTube says, Sean did talk about Border Patrol and how they run from the brown shirt department and green shirt department because they know they'll be able to stay in the country for some stupid amount of time. I don't know what you're talking about there. I know that
clearly
I want
the brown
everybody,
and green shirt department, Sean. Read up on your politics.
The green shirt department doesn't sound too bad to me, but the brown shirt,
plant-based or something like that.
Brown shirts are always going to sound a little nefarious, I think. Flat says, while they're deporting people, toss in some homeless, even if they're not Americans. You monster. Jesus Christ, man. All right. We'll get to these dispatches because I want to see what's going on in your world. But very quickly, let's go back to the story we were talking about earlier. To set it back up for you if you're just joining us, there was this woman who videotaped herself, and a Lyft driver said, "You're too fat." I don't know if he used the word fat. I think he essentially was just hinting around that she was too big to ride in his car, and she should order another Lyft because he wasn't going to be able to take her. And she was upset by that. And I was trying to look into the dynamic that we got into that was most interesting to me was, is there an issue with people that are as large as this woman? She was 480 plus pounds, being able to actually safely fit into somebody's car, meaning their seatbelt and stuff.
Right.
And I saw this story. It's from a long time ago, 2008, but it still might ring true. And this is from the Associated Press. It says, like a lot of consumers, Paul McClear focused on comfort when he recently went car shopping. Adjustable seats, a tilt steering wheel, and extra height were all important to him. Because he's a self-described fat guy, the website designer also has to check to see if he can fit in the seatbelt. Now, I'm going to stop there because I have so many questions about this. I just was under the impression, and maybe I'm a dummy, maybe I'm the stupid one right now. I just kind of figured all seatbelts were the same size. I just figured there was a default size seatbelt.
I mean, I
mean in length?
I thought the same thing because, I mean, you could also pull it out to its extent, and it goes out pretty wide. I mean, think about if you're wrapping it around, I guess I was going to say car seat, but that they have holes now.
Yes, but you could
makes it smaller.
You still, if you're trying to pull something out, I know you've done this before because you're kind of hinting at it right now, where you take the seatbelt and you just pull it kind of to the extent that it can go.
I mean, as a child, I was doing that just for the hell of it.
Right, and it's usually pretty far, but I thought they were all around the same.
Yeah, and then when you do that, it does that thing where it doesn't come out anymore once you put it back in. It like clicks and stays.
Yeah. Or if they hit the brake at the same time, you're screwed.
It says, while McClear buckles up when he drives, a new study found that seatbelt use declines as body size increases. But even large drivers who want to use a seatbelt may be thwarted because not all car makers offer bigger belts or extenders. It would be in their best interest to make seatbelts longer in the first place. And they said federal standards specify the length of auto seatbelts, and they date back 4 decades. They require seatbelts to accommodate a 215-pound man. Man, that's my size. I mean, I'm smaller than that, but 215 pounds, there's a lot bigger people out there on the roads than that.
Yeah.
Some manufacturers offer bigger belts.
Seatbelts.
They said a lot of them don't. This said,
not if you're in a car that was made 10 years or less, like 10 years ago or less, then if you're refusing to wear your seatbelt, you're dealing with that very annoying beeping sound.
I think that, this
was in 2008.
I think 215 pounds is the wrong metric. You're looking at the length of the belt. You should be looking at the waist size of the person, the chest size of the person.
Mm-hmm.
This says only about 70% of extremely obese individuals reported always using a seatbelt, while 83% of normal weight people always use their seatbelts. More than half those killed in auto accidents weren't wearing seatbelts. And a lot of the larger people were talking about how this affects them. But
somebody texted in when we were first talking about this and said they always order XLs just to be comfortable. And they were taller than me, but thinner. I was like, I don't always get XLs. I just get whatever comes first.
There's a lot of different sized people out there, but if the seatbelts are designed for 215-pound men, this woman is way larger than that at nearly 500 pounds, and that could have been an issue too. So just something worth considering. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do the final dispatches on a Share the Show Tuesday. We'll do the stories that didn't make the cut, and we'll do Today I Learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, widows of firefighters still trying to get their money from Florida. At 4, we'll do What'd You Do That's New. For trivia, tickets to MegaCon, Daytona 500 qualifying, and Kansas. At 6:20, it's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Tuesday forecast. And for today across Central Florida, it's going to be another really pleasant day. Temperatures will be a little warmer than normal with a high of 74 degrees today in Orlando. We'll see a good amount of sunshine also as we head throughout this afternoon. And throughout the rest of this week, temperatures will continue to stay on the warmer side, climbing into the mid-70s through Thursday and eventually the low 80s for Friday. Only a stray shower or two possible for Saturday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by PureTalk.com. It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on America's most dependable 5G network. Switch today. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month with Pure Talk.
Folks, I got to tell you, I have never been happier that I called Mills Air when I had an issue with my air conditioner here in the studio. Started getting hot, sweating during the show. They sent out Mo. He's one of the great techs from Mills Air, and he looked at the AC from top to bottom. He went above and beyond anything he had to do, and he didn't do this because I have a radio show. He did this because they treat you right at Mills Air. And since then, working perfectly. Not a problem. No issues at all. And preventative maintenance can keep you on that track. That's where you have somebody come out every 6 months or so. They replace filters, clean out the lines, do the stuff you're going to forget to do anyways, and they do it for a great deal. It's really awesome. I hope you reach out to them. If you have an issue with your AC, go to the family-owned and operated company, locally owned and operated company that gets you huge deals because they're a Carrier factory-authorized dealer. Go to Mills Air. Call today or schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159. Or if you forget that number, just find them online at millsair.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where TurboTax Expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.com.
Think you can buy a diamond just by looking at its grading report online or on paper?
I've been buying diamonds now for 36 years, 37 years. I have never bought a diamond without looking at it.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire has a warning. Lab grading reports never tell the whole story.
You cannot buy a diamond without looking at it. I don't care if it's from me or from anybody. You look at one diamond, it's crispy and it just talks to you. It just smiles at you. Then you look at another diamond that's graded exactly the same. And you go, well, it doesn't have the same smile. You know, why?
It could be a lower quality grade of rough diamond or a prominent inclusion, or it could be hazy or cloudy.
Many of those type of diamonds that are cloudy and sleepy, you'll find them on the internet.
Versus the ones you find at IDC. Each one handpicked by the experts for maximum brilliance with sparkle, clarity, and a smile.
I look at, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of diamonds, and then I'll select a small percentage of those.
Come and find the diamond that smiles at you at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code 2025radio to get $40 off your first month. Begin your journey with Mochi Health at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible
multiple GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 million protection package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
HOA and condo board members, fiber internet has never been easier. Bluestream Fiber simplifies the switch, helping your community save up to 50% while keeping residents happy. Their step-by-step process makes upgrading hassle-free. Visit BlueStreamFiber.com/radio today.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. Follow everybody, myself, Sabrina, and C-Lane. Or if you only like one of us, follow that person over on thenewsjunkie.com/share.
Go for your follows.
I'll take it. I was looking just because I was curious during the break, and only one state in the United States of America, only one state doesn't have seatbelt laws. It's only New Hampshire.
Interesting.
Really? Yep, that's the last one that doesn't have any mandatory seatbelt laws. But I'm going to assume that the car manufacturers aren't going to make a different car for just New Hampshire. So I'm sure it beeps and does all the same annoying stuff that all the other cars do. But yeah, they're the only state that does not have those laws. I honestly, you can get caught up in all this stuff whenever new laws come out. And I think it's funny as hell to go back to the clip we've played a few times on this show. In England, when they first announced that there were going to be drunk driving laws, and all those guys,
so great.
They're outside the pub. If you never heard this, they're drunk and they're like, "I don't care what they say. I'm still going to drink and drive." And they thought, this is not going to change the way I behave. This is ridiculous having laws about drinking and driving. And everybody now agrees you shouldn't drink and drive. At least most people do. And I think for me,
wild, wild west back in those days.
It used to be.
Everyone was just hammered.
Mm-hmm. Hammered and just no seatbelts, no nothing. But I think seatbelts and making them mandatory, I think it's a good thing. I think that that's probably saved a lot of lives. And I support that. I always wear my seatbelt. Maybe it started because it was beeping at me and I thought that was annoying. But now it's so built into my routine. It's like it's the least you could do.
I feel uncomfortable without a seatbelt on.
Same.
Like I don't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where when I lived in an apartment complex with my mother, I would put a seatbelt on to drive to the mailbox.
It's automatic. It's part of your routine now.
It's built in.
You know, and I hated seatbelts so much until a friend of mine died from not wearing their seatbelt.
Oh, Jesus, man.
And it unfortunately took that, but I wasn't the only one. I mean, there was a good group of us from college that we would never second guess wearing our seatbelts because that could be the result of it. We'll see the aftermath of what it could do to your friends and family.
Maybe it was because into us was built the idea that, oh, I drive around, I don't wear a seatbelt all the time, I'm fine. What now? I've got to do it. This is annoying. It's going to cut at my neck. Everybody complained about all these tiny things, but in the reality, it's like the tiniest thing to do that saves you the most.
Yep.
It's a lot of bang for your buck.
Do they even make those automatic seatbelts anymore? That was
The ones from the door?
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Those
I
are
don't
really
think so.
easy. I haven't seen one.
It seemed like stupid.
No. That's one way to put it.
I thought it was dumb.
What a takedown.
You have no choice.
All right, let's see what we got on the way out here. People are spreading around this story about Captain America and they're trying to promote this movie. It comes out pretty soon here. This is the one where the guy who was playing Falcon and some change of events ends up being Captain America.
Now.
Yeah, he's the captain now. And now they're saying, oh, he's woke. Let's see what he said.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. It's kind of... This is kind of like an aspect of a dream coming true. When I was a kid.
All right, so he's going to go on. I think he talks about representation and stuff and seeing a black Captain America, yada, yada, yada. But people are clip chimping just the tiny little portion where he said, when I think about Captain America, I don't think about America. And they're like, well, it's Captain America. I think he was saying...
I like to focus on the captain part.
I think he was saying, I think about the attributes where he's trustworthy and respectful and those kind of things. But it doesn't matter. It's going to spread around. 10-second clip will be everywhere. And I almost feel like Marvel does this when they think a movie's going to tank. And they go, well, here's what happened. People pushed back because they thought the movie was woke. We swear it wasn't. I'm not looking forward to seeing that, or I'm probably not going to see that because I don't think it looks good. I'm not interested. I'm too far out of the Marvel universe.
You don't like Black in America, do you?
Sorry. It's not about that. I don't like Captain America.
Wow.
Maybe I'm the least American of us all because I don't like Captain America. I'm not drawn to these movies. I don't know that I ever was. I always thought it was kind of dopey. He had the shield was his main thing, and it wasn't as cool as some of the other guys. Yeah, to each his own. But the movie isn't drawing me in, so I don't know how many people are going to see it. We shall see. Another thing, and Fritz sent me some video on Instagram that was crazy. It's the moment that one of those big fires in California started, allegedly, the Eaton fire, E-A-T-O-N, and there was a fault on the power lines, and high voltage power lines saw a temporary surge in electrical current in this area. On this security video, you could see sparks dropping, and then not too long afterwards, a huge fire has broken out. And they're blaming the power company for the Eaton fire, at least so far. A fault on a line elsewhere in the region's transmission network, according to Southern California Edison. And, all right, now let's do our final dispatches. Why not? Let's get the hell out of here. Here goes nothing.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
We got time. 2 might be in the cards today. Who knows? Let's just see here. We got this one right here from Bruised Traveler. It says, fat guy here with the seatbelt discussion.
Hey, Sean, as a man of size and someone who has worked in emergency medical in the past, even though I bought a car that is a little bit smaller for me and not too easy to get in and out of at times, I still wear my seatbelt. And when I had some trouble with this seatbelt in this car, I went on Amazon and I bought something to make it easier. Not an extension, but just something to hold the buckle in place.
All right.
And honestly, there's no excuse. They make extenders for people that are too fat. They make all sorts of stuff. I am over 400 pounds. I'm 6'3", and yeah. Wear your damn seatbelt, people.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that.
But have you ever been denied an Uber?
Yeah, that would be interesting. He's smaller by a little bit than this woman is. Arnott on YouTube says, Wasson, Google Earth updated images to show the fire devastation. It's crazy. I'm sure it is. And Google Maps is updating to show the Gulf of America.
Ooh, has that happened yet?
I don't know if it's changed yet, but they said whenever the official thing that they tap into changes, they will change that. And it'll say Gulf of America. But it shows you things on a map based on where you are.
Right. So if you're in Mexico,
if you're in Mexico, it might still say Gulf of Mexico.
It still says Gulf of Mexico right now.
They haven't updated the main thing. I think they finally signed the executive order on this, but they haven't updated the database that feeds all of those things.
The executive order was lumped in with the one that did Mount McKinley as well.
Yes,
So I think that was one of the big,
That's a big one.
group of them.
This is a big one right here. What else do we have on the way out of the stories that didn't make the cut? Yep, Google to change Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America on all maps. It's not just men. According to a huge survey of over 4,500 Americans, women are attracted to younger partners too. Both men and women slightly preferred younger people when dating. The participants went on a blind date via an American dating site, which matches people with others looking for long-term love, and many of them said they were more attracted to younger folks. That's going to do it for now. Let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. Let's see if C-Lane knows this one. Today I learned the United States Army is the largest single employer of what in the country?
Largest single employer of...
That might be down your avenue, your alley, if you will.
Drone operators?
I never thought about this until I read it. The United States Army is the largest single employer of musicians in the country.
Why?
They have more than 45 active duty full-time ensembles, including bands like the Fife and Drum Corps, and choruses and jazz bands. They are the largest single employer of musicians in the United States of America.
Are they going to send out the trumpet players to play taps at all the funerals?
Thank you for your service.
Honestly. And finally, here we go on the way out. Today I learned this band from England.
Oh my God.
Block Party is correct. The lead singer from Block Party, Keely Okereke, he was asked about his sexuality many times over the years and did not come out until finally he decided to do an interview with Butt Magazine, where he debuted his announcement that he was indeed gay. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com.